Good evening. Oh, come on. It didn't show up. Fuck. Hold on. Ow, my ears. Jesus Christ. Why is it taking so long? There we go. Hi. Welcome in, chat. I hope you're all doing good. I hope you're all having a most wonderful day, a most wonderful evening. Welcome to the... Why? Why must you do this to me? This is not fair. Oh my god. Holy smokes, Rise, you look beautiful. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. You're just saying that. But yeah, welcome in, everyone. Welcome to the weekend. Welcome to Friday. I hope you're all having a wonderful day so far, evening, whatever time it is for you. I hope you're all having a good one. Thank you all so much for being here. Oh my god. So the format's a little different, if you didn't already notice, and we're going to have a little fun inside of VR chat in this time, because, you know, I felt like it, you know, so just let me leave me to my things. Let me just read the check-ins. Tiger, thank you for the check-in, and congratulations on getting first. Porcus, thank you for the check-in. And Varu, thank you for the check-in. I don't know if I missed anyone. If you didn't use it, Unknown, thank you for the check-in. I hope you're all doing wonderfully today. Thank you so much for being here. Genuinely do appreciate it. No, on the real, you look beautiful. The shiny highlights on the hair, the mascara. I mean, hot damn. Oh, you sweet talker. Mwah. You know? Thank you. That's very kind of you to say. This is my VRC avatar that, you know, you might have seen, you might not have seen. It is on the banner for my SoundCloud profile, and as the profile picture on my DJ channel, because this is the avatar that I used. Hold on, let me change real quick. Oh, I haven't used. Things are everywhere. Where is it? Hello? Oh, there. Oh, I mean, the transition wasn't exactly instant. Server processing. Let's go. You know I'm not good at lying, right? I'm taking this one out of cold storage. Hot damn. Okay. Shwa. Yeah. So this was the avatar that I used for the DJ set. This is, you know, what you might have more. Also, I need to turn the music down. I just realized. Okay, there we go. But like, yeah, this is the avatar that I used for the DJ set, you know, in game. It's very fun. It's got some cool, you know, like, you know, things that go around. These all pulse with the music. You can't see the ones on my legs that I'm pointing at, but honestly, I'm skipping on showing my legs. I'm not wearing FBT right now. It looks a little awkward down there. I don't want to shoot. I don't want to like do the. I don't want you guys seeing my avatar doing like the pee walk, you know. Oh, hey Chloe, welcome in. I hope you're doing good. But yeah, this one's also fun because it's got a really cool one. So to explain it as well, this prefab is a prefab made by the awesome and amazing Lindy, and it's basically these holographic tattoos where I can also... Oh, I'm... And now we've got a holographic tattoo on the face. It looks pretty cool, right? So I had fun using this for the entirety of the DJ set. I've also got obviously you can toggle the mask off, so you have a bit more face underneath the tattoo, but other than that, tattoo sticks out. But honestly, with the mask, it looks absolutely awesome. What's up, Hatsune Miku? Shut the fuck up, Shadow. Shut the fuck up. Shut the front door. Keep your mouth shut. Nobody wants to hear another word that is to come out of your mouth. Anyways, let me just... Damn it, why... Load times, man. I wish I could... There we go. And welcome also to... Oh, you... Kiwi, you fucking cunt. Alright, hold on. Thank you also for the check-in. There's the timer. Why am I doing a timer in Windows? I could do it in VR. Oh my god, look at this. We have the technology. We have the technology. Start the 10-minute timer. That's an alarm. There we go. Done. She's not Hatsune Miku, she's Crystal McCloud. Who the fuck is Crystal McCloud? Am I dumb? Do I just not know who that is? Oh man. I really wish I could hear my music, but I can't. From Star Fox, you are. Also, I don't know who that is. Not gonna lie. I guess it's a Google search away. Yeah, I have no idea how to get my music in game. That's the problem because, like, you know, it's not just mirrored system audio. The blue cat girl from Star Fox, duh. I've never played Star Fox one singular time before. I know none of the characters. So, yeah, what do you expect from that? I don't know absolutely anything about that. So I can't use that for shit. You guys like being picked up like this? Fair point. So you really are Hatsune Miku? No, I'm fucking not! I am not fucking Hatsune Miku. I am not her, and I never will be. I am my own person. My own strong, independent person. Thank you very much. Oh man, this awkward silence in my headphones is killing me. I need to figure out how to get my music into my headphone or into my VR headset. It's got to be possible, right? Can I listen to... hold on. If I pipe... I would say you have cute ears, only they're damn beautiful. Any chance you can change the background to nighttime? Okay, you are right, this world is very bright. I wish there was a... I wish I could, like, you know, just be in this world when it's dark. I mean, look at this. Look at this. This is gorgeous. Is it not? This is such a pretty world. There is a little bit of, like, a dimmer space here, but it is still very, very bright. I didn't actually think of, like, you know... I just wanted a really pretty atmosphere, and this is like 100% a vibe, if you get what I'm saying. It is really nice. So, okay, I'm still trying to figure out my headphone situation because I've got speaker audio, so like desktop audio piped through. It's just everything else is not piped through. So that's a problem. I'm just trying to, like, see what I could possibly do. Because it should be listening to the hardware out on the thing, but I don't think it is. And I think that might have something to do with which system, like, output it's taking from my thing. God, I should have spent time setting this up beforehand. Fuck. Oh, I'm really screwing myself over right now. Okay, I would think that I could be able to... Hold on, can I mirror audio in Because this is Steam menu I've got up now. Steam audio. Okay, this isn't changing anything. Let's see. Is it because the um I guess that's because it's only routed through the input one, but I can't get a oh well. I'll I'll have to like, you know, probably kill the music just because I mean, I would love to listen to it, but I can't. I still haven't figured out how to do that best. There's got to be some way for me to do it, and I'm just not seeing it. But let me switch to a slightly better world, because it is very bright here, and I feel like you guys deserve a bit more of a less eye-strenuous situation in front of your faces. On your screens, on your displays, whatever you've got. I guess since the cat's out of the bag, I'll switch to the VRC category, because technically we are in VR chat. Okay. This world has got in-game audio, which I think works perfectly fine. Let's go forward a bit. My hair is it does some funny things when I'm moving forward, like that. But if you guys haven't seen this, then you guys are in for a treat real quick. Oh, bugged out for a sec. We made it. Welcome to... by the way, I was supposed to say, the other world we were just in was Newgrass Station, made by Riss. I can't pronounce the other characters in their name. And this world is called Far Beyond the Horizon, made by Quatonics. And just look at this. This is pretty freaking awesome. I can't escape JavaScript even when I'm about to shower bloody hell. How so, Chloe? What's going on? Why has JavaScript made its way into your shower? If you've got your laptop near your shower, please stop doing that. Please don't do that. Please don't break your hardware. It's not worth it. Trust me, I've been there. I haven't water damaged my stuff, but I have broken it by getting really angry and just punching it. If you guys couldn't tell, I'd also like to quickly apologize for my outburst last stream when I just got really fed up with the sound alert that came in. Thank you for the check-in, Jack. Welcome in. I hope you're doing good. I really like to apologize for that. I got way too angry. I got way too upset in that moment, and I didn't mean to. My girlfriend is messaging me asking me to help her with development shit. Rye's looking beautiful today. Shh, 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 shh. Quiet you. Prism, thank you for the check-in. But I would, yeah, my outburst on stream, totally unjustifiable. I did not mean to shout that loudly and get that angry at something so, like, minuscule. It was out of line. It was too much. And I just did not mean to scream that loudly into the microphone over something so trivial. I think it's just like there's been a lot of crap going on recently. I see cursor. Fuck. Hold on. Let me move it. Better? Okay, I think it's gone now. Rise, you're human, you don't have to apologize for emotional outbursts, you dummy. I know. I feel like that one was like, more so, I know everyone comes to my channel for a very, like, calm, usually collected, sometimes a bit chaotic, sometimes a bit horny, personality. And, it's not, you guys aren't here to see me, get angry at, small things, That's not who I am. That's not who I want to be. Especially not anymore. I used to struggle a lot with anger issues. It's not gotten, like, it's not gone completely away from, it's gotten much better than since my childhood, but it's still not, how'd you say, like, it's still not perfect. Hi, Clone, welcome in. Thank you for the watch streak. 55! God damn, that's a lot. I have bad news. I am once again stuck on the toilet. All good, Vuru. Take your time. No emotional outbursts are uncalled for. You can express yourself freely. We're here for you. Oh, thank you. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. But this is your space, but wanting to improve is valid. Thank you. I appreciate that. I have, and like, it's not to say that I haven't improved since my anger. But like, I'd like to talk about why I reacted the way that I did. And, it's literally just as simple as I have a lot of things going on that have been building pressure on me and making me very, like, very like, emotion. No, it's not, what's the right word? It's been putting a lot of pressure on me. It's been making me very stressed. It's making me very, like, shoved into a corner. It's made me very stressed. Thank you for the check-in, 40. I appreciate it. But yeah, work has been stressing me out. New things having to be dealt with have been stressing me out. So it's like, it's been a combination of all of those things. Sorry, I just heard a loud noise outside. So it's been all of that just kind of like bogging me down and kind of making me feel worse, so to speak. And it's not great for me at all. Yeah, it's been stressing me out. It's been putting a lot of, like, negative thoughts into my head that I don't want. They really don't want, but they're there, and I can't do anything about them. Anyone know of a polite way to tell your theoretical girlfriend to theoretically let me shower in peace? Theoretically, shut off your phone for the time being. Because they can't reach you. If they can't get on your phone, they can't reach you. That's easy. But yeah, it's so to summarize, it's stress from work, it's stress from current living situation, which I'm fine. I don't need you guys to, like, worry about my physical well-being. I have a roof over my head, I have food on the table, I have all that sort of stuff, I have all the basic human necessities. There are some small things that have happened to our house that is kind of annoying, but, and also, some things breaking here and there, but yeah. Basically, right now, the heating in our house is broken. The pipes are leaking the pipes that carry the heated gas around the house are broken. Or sorry, the heated water pipes are leaking, and they are not working the way. 75 watch streak. Thank you so much, 40. Yeah, so the pipes are broken. The heating is not working the way it's supposed to. We have to rely on other smaller appliances for heating various rooms, and the rest of the house is really, really cold otherwise. And, you know, I've had to switch around my routine because usually we have our 2 bathrooms available. Right now we only have the one, and it's the downstairs one because the heating has an easier time getting to the downstairs bathroom than the upstairs one because the pipes aren't generating enough pressure for the heated water to go up. So that's a problem. And, you know, like, it's thrown me off a bit. I don't know if I have the tism. I definitely have some form of ADHD, but, like, you know, I don't deal well when things change a lot. So it's like, you know, it really throws me off. At least when it's unexpected. When it's unexpected change, it really throws me off. I can prepare myself for the idea of change if I know it's going to happen. But when it's unexpected, like this has been, it has been really, really disorienting in my brain. So, yeah. Yeah, stress can build up through little things. You're totally valid for being overwhelmed. Thank you. I'm glad to know that, you know, what I'm feeling isn't just, you know, stupid brain fucking aneurysm going over and over. As someone with autism, I totally relate. That's, you know, good to hear. Hi, Dylan. Welcome in. Thank you for the hug, Jack. Shit, almost a year. It's almost been a year, Chloe? Fuck. It's already been... Wow, yeah, I can't believe that. It feels like you've been here forever. And honestly, some of you have been here for forever. Some of you have been following me for so long now. Some of you are only just starting to, like, you know, follow. But honestly, you guys who have stuck around and, you know, decided to stay. Because, you know, it's all in all good that, you know, I guess you could say my number goes up. That's always, you know, a nice thing to happen. But what I really take pride in is you all you people who decide to stick around and have become regulars for me and decide to support me so much. I genuinely appreciate it. Random change is one of the worst parts of my life. Yeah, I get that. That's me right now. I'm so relatable. That's so relatable, Dylan. To be fair, I've progressed with this community more than I would have. I feel comfortable actually being in VC nowadays. And you know what, Chloe, that makes me so happy to hear that you guys, like you and some other people, feel like they have a safe space, somewhere they can be themselves, somewhere they can express themselves openly, somewhere they can just be them. And not have to worry about the stigma from society saying, oh, you can't be this, oh, you can't be that. It's just who you are and who you want to be. And that's the most amazing thing that you can give to the world, is being yourself. So just always keep that in mind. Yeah, continuous stressors in extreme cases are known as little traumas. But I can tell you that it's not that intense for you. You're a manageable position as far as stress goes. Yeah, I totally agree. It is manageable. It just also, you know, it is very, like, you know, all over the place. And, you know, and then, like, just to add more insult to injury, I have just gotten a new car, meaning I have to deal with all the new car things. I need to get my insurance sorted out, the adulting things, it's everywhere, it's in my head, it's making me fucking crazy. Like, it's very much a lot, and I'm trying to not let it, like, get to me too much, but it still manages to do so. So, you know, and, like, worrying about if I have enough money for things. Like, I just had to dig a chunk of cash out of my savings just to kind of, like, cover living expenses. Thought I had more money than I did, and then I don't, and then it's like, it's a lot of shit. Yeah. For someone who also gets angry really easily, I can relate to that. Yeah, like I wanted to get back to that. So when I was younger, I had honestly, I would say, really bad anger issues. Things would tip me off from like some of the smallest things would tip me off. It would be just suddenly a moment of like someone just doing something that tipped me off. Decided to it's because I got bullied. So, I'd get pushed or something, or I'd get, like, tripped. And that would just make me explode with anger and just get right up in their face and start wanting to beat the absolute ever-living shit out of them. I got into a lot of fights. I got sent to the principal's office. God knows how many times. I got, sent to anger management therapy as probably the only kid in my class. Thank you, Lizzie. Thank you for the head pats. We don't have those in VR, but and thank you for the pipe, Kiwi. Jesus Christ, you had to go and do that. But I had these really bad anger problems. I would also a lot of times just throw things in anger tantrums. I would throw chairs. I would shove tables. I would slam doors. I once slammed a double-paned glass door and managed to shatter the window with how much force. It didn't, like, snap and then, like, fall onto the ground. It just, like, the internal part of the pane broke. It stayed in place, thankfully, because it was, like, it was double-paned, so it didn't actually thing. Did you win the fights? Nobody wins in those fights. Nobody fucking wins. Everyone gets away with a bunch of bruises and a note from the teacher to the parents. That's really what happens. But the problem is that, honestly, if we want to actually answer that question, no, I didn't win those fights. And do you want to know why? Because I was always the one who got the blame in the end. I was obviously the one who started the fight. It wasn't nobody who was nobody was picking on you. We have a zero bully tolerance policy here at the school. Well, guess what, teachers? It still fucking happened. You think bullying just doesn't happen? Just because you say there's a zero tolerance policy for it? No, that's not how it works. That's never how it works. It never works that way, and I'm pissed and I'm tired of people thinking it does. It's like, oh, we can just apply this policy, and then the world's happy. We're doing amazing. And yeah. So yeah, I definitely like snapped very easily at things. Even like, just something going wrong in like, a video game would piss me off, when I was younger. I tell you what. Confession time. I once was playing Minecraft. Yes, Minecraft, I know. How do you rage in Minecraft? I'll tell you. I was building rather high up in survival mode, and, I was playing, on my mom's laptop. Something happened, I let go of shift or something, and I managed to fall all the way and die. And little old 6-year-old me, what do I decide to do? Grab the laptop screen and just proceed to try and tear it apart. And I managed to. I managed to snap the internal part of the screen and really mess up the fucking thing. What ends up happening? My parents get really upset at me. I get told off. But, at the end of the day, we move on from that. Now, that's not the only laptop I've broken. I've broken 4. Yup, 4. 4 of them. Count it up. So, there's this laptop that I just mentioned. Then, we have another laptop, which I managed to break while we were on vacation. to the UK. This laptop was actually really good. It was an HP Pavilion of some sort. I don't know what exact model, but it was really good, and it actually played games really well. I was able to play like games at like 60-ish FPS. The reason that one broke is because I had a controller that I had just bought, like a wired Xbox 360 controller, that I wanted to use it to play Terraria on this laptop. And for some reason, things just kept, like, not working with the controller, and I had no idea why. And it kept pissing me off, and it got worse, and it got worse, and I ended up fucking slamming my hand into the part of the computer where the hard drive sits, and absolutely bodying it. So it died. It died right then and there, and, we never recovered that laptop. It's kind of unfortunate because that one was really good. And then, another laptop, smaller Acer something laptop, on vacation, trying to watch, like, YouTube videos or something, and things just aren't loading for me. And, yeah, I get super frustrated. I get really, really frustrated. And what do? I do my signature move, which is now a signature move because I've done it at least once. Boom! Slam my fist into the part of the computer with the hard drive, breaking the laptop. Now, that laptop we were actually able to recover and replace the hard drive. So it still functioned after the fact. I'm surprised they let you near laptops, but at the same time, I'm glad they knew enough to not punish that way. Yeah, and it's like, it was a learning process every single time, because it wouldn't just be like, we go out and we buy a new laptop. No. And it didn't happen like once a year, or twice a year, or 5 times a year, This was like, these were multiple years apart when they happened. I'm still very, very upset at myself that I did it. I never should have done it. But I can't take back the past, and I've learned since then, and yeah. The fourth and final laptop in this laptop quadrilogy is one time I was at school, and it was time to turn in an assignment. So I obviously had worked really hard on my assignment, and I open up my Google Drive, because we were using Google Drive in the school, and I go to the Google Drive, I try to find my assignment. It's nowhere to be found. Where is it? I have no idea. And I keep searching. I can't find it. I get so frustrated that I just, at some point I'm just like, man, fuck this. I slam the lid of my laptop shut really hard, but not to the point where it's broken. Right? So I could have just, like, taken a moment, walked away, and cooled off. But you want to know what I decide to do instead, stupidly? It's almost it's really a signature move. I take the back of my fist, and I slam it center of the laptop. Now you want to guess what happens next? I open up the screen, and it's completely destroyed. Hi Lane, welcome in. I hope you're doing good. The desk chant command is a thing for this. I feel like at this point I don't slam my desk in anger that often, more so that I slam it in laughter or in like disappointment or like, are you serious moments. I almost had PTSD when heard Google Drive. Google Drive is a piece of shit. Fucking use anything else. But yeah, so that happened. I managed to destroy that laptop. And yeah, that was I didn't get a replacement for that laptop, but what I ended up with was my dad's old laptop, so it basically became a hand-me-down situation, and he got a shiny MacBook Air from 2013. That tells you about how long ago this was, because that was new back then. It was a couple years old at that point, but it was new back then, so ish. Like it was new-ish, like, probably like 5 or 6 years old. So it was still like, a good deal if you could get one that actually still functioned. So yeah. My story has been very similar to yours, to you and anyone struggling with these thoughts. It gets better, it can be learned away from, you'd be surprised. Yeah, and I did actually, like, learn a lot from anger management therapy. Well, actually, no. So here, I'll tell you what. I was sent to anger management classes. So it wasn't just me, it was like, a bunch of other kids, who all had anger management problems. And we basically got together, and it was kind of like a whole, like, it's like a group therapy thing for all these kids. And yeah, so it became this whole thing, and we did like a bunch of tasks that I don't really think actually helped anger management. It was just kind of like, I don't even remember any of the lessons for anger management for that. It was literally just like going to different classes for me, or doing some other activities that wasn't school. Which was okay, but it didn't help me. Come the either last or second to last year of my, like, first 10 years of schooling, which is how we do it in Denmark. It's 10 years of school in the same school, or different schools if your school does not support the higher grades. Basically, what ended up happening was that I still was struggling with my anger. So what ended up happening was my mom signed me up to actually go to an actual therapist. So I sat down in a room with this therapist, and me and her, we talked about things. We talked about, issues, what was going on, we talked about solutions to those issues. And I don't know what it is, but just being told that I had the opportunity to just walk away, it made something click in my head. It was weird. Like, I don't know why I just hadn't thought of that, but it something just clicked inside of me, and from there I just learned to just, like, whenever people got annoying, it just kind of be like, say someone was doing, like, the whole picking on you thing, where they're kind of like, I'm trying to annoy you, or bully shit, I learned the beautiful art of like basically taking like a quick step in their direction to kind of like scare them, and then just like walking away afterwards. Just like say, hey, back off. I'm not having your fucking bullshit. So yeah, I don't know what it was, but just having that, just being able to walk away, it changed everything. Now, up until this point, I had done some really, really, some things that really had left an imprint on the class. And since you stay with, and at least in my case, I stayed with the same odd 25 or 26 people for 10 fucking years. Do you know how annoying that can get, having to deal with the same group of people for 10 years of your life, and especially when you don't enjoy the presence of most of them? Like, 90% of this class was just fucking nuisances. They would just be absolutely loud and annoying during every single, like, break we had. It would just be chaos. They wouldn't shut the fuck up, and people would just be, like, piping up during class, talking in the middle of class. It was just a bunch of fucking troublemakers, and I feel like I was in a class full of fucking idiots, and I was the only sane person there. To be fair, I wasn't. There were some other people in there who are perfectly fine, and I honestly wish that I got to know them better. There was this group of 3 LGBTQIA plus girls. 2 of them were lesbians, 1 of them was asexual. And, if I just, stayed in touch with those 3, I feel like I would have, actually had maybe some IRL friends that I could see more often in today's age, but in today. But honestly, I probably won't ever see them again, because I mean the weird thing is that, obviously we all live in the same, I still live in the same village where, most of the kids from my school live. So, I still, like, see some familiar faces here and there, but I never interact with them. I never say hi. I never say, hey, how's it going? It's been a while. I just walk away. And honestly, it's because I'm just like, you know, if they learn about me... Oh my god! Thank you so much for the sub, Dylan, I appreciate it. Cowabunga! But yeah, like, most of the time nowadays, I just feel like trying to communicate with any of them is just a waste of efforts. And half the time, you know, it's like, I just don't want to bother them anymore. And especially this one girl. On top of being, you know, she had... I don't know, here's the thing. I don't know if any of these gender identities or sexual identity orientations are still the same. I am just, you know, going off of what I knew then. One of the lesbian girls in the class was also... she had autism, and that means obviously she had some learning troubles and some social troubles. And I feel so bad about this, and I forever will, and I don't know if I can ever make things right. But I bullied her because, you know, I was bullied, so, you know, you pick an easy target to bully yourself to release. It's never the fucking right solution. It's never right, and I feel so disappointed in myself for having done it. But I can't change the past. But I can be a better person going forward, and that's what I've tried to do ever since I got away from that school, is just try to be a better person, and just try to be the best human being that I can be to the world. But yeah, it's actually funny because, you know, me and her, we started off on a really good foot. We actually really enjoyed spending time together, so much so that I would, like, you know, go to her house to hang out. And, you know, just, we would have fun, and we would play, like she had an Xbox Connect, and we would play, like, you know, the old 360 Connect games that had, like, you know, all the fun, like, the fun party games and that sort of shit. And, yeah, so it was good times back then. And, you know, she'd come around my house, and we would play Minecraft on my Xbox 360 because I had 2 controllers, and we had fun with that. So, yeah, and, you know, but at some point in the later grades, it just kind of became like, you know, it became easy for me to pick on her and do sort of things. And it got to it's like, it's really weird because, you know, we actually started out as really good friends. And then at one point, you know, you're kids, so obviously you're like, you learn about the whole concept of dating from, like, you know, adults and all that sort of stuff. And then you're like, well, why don't we do something like that? And then, you know, for like a very short period of time, me and her were technically a thing, but we were like what, 7, 8 years old or something. Nobody knew what they were doing back then. Nobody knew how the hell romance actually worked. So, you know, that never lasted. But I like to tell myself this joke to make myself feel better, and that is that, you know, I was that girl's lesbian awakening because she realized she didn't like kissing men. Because back then I was obviously a boy. I've probably always been the way that I am now, but just without knowing it and just fitting into societal norms. But yeah. Yeah. I'd say you're doing fine with the promise of being a better person. Thank you, Hank. I appreciate that. I really try to, because I don't want to be a bad person for anyone. I want to be the best person I can be for as many people as possible. The thing is that I was very much different from the other kids. I wasn't really bullied, but I was completely isolated because of it. I wasn't really the autistic kid, but I was very much different from the other kids. We are all imperfect. We all have things we regret doing, but that is the part of life. But that is part of life. For a lack of a better word, we fuck up, we learn from that, and that allows us to grow as people. The fact that it hurt you and made you learn/grow shows you are a good person. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that a lot. I appreciate that a lot. That's some really, really wise words. Yeah, we're all human. We all make mistakes. We all do things we regret. But what we can do is we can learn from those things. I have learned a lot about how to be a good human being from just everyone that I've surrounded myself with. And it has made me grow as a person. It has made me feel better as a person. I feel truly that I can actually just be. And I can finally just, accept that, I've done things, but I can do better going forward. And that's the best thing that I can do for the world. I feel, man, it got so personal for a bit there. I know not to apologize for these things, but I won't say the S word. I won't say it. I was about to, because that's me. I'm apologetic for literally everything that I do. But thanks for taking the time to listen to me yap on this subject matter. And going back to the whole, like, we learn from our mistakes, getting into that car crash in November last year, it changed my whole perspective. I thought for like a split second I was gonna be really badly injured, and I thought I was gonna have to go and I didn't even know if I was gonna make it. I was so scared of getting hurt in that moment. And when I actually managed to step out of the car in one piece, relatively speaking, I feel like most likely part of my mind had left the game for a minute there, until I finally rejuvenated it at the hospital. Now, I went to the hospital, but I wasn't critically injured or anything. My knees hurt, and I was in shock. So that obviously had me really messed up for at least like a couple hours. But yeah, I had to give statements to the police while I was in shock. That was not fun. I absolutely hated it. I just yeah, that experience really shook me up. But going back to the whole thing, it's like I realized that things like that happen, but we can use those mistakes what the hell? Welcome in, Kawaii. I hope you're having a most wonderful day. That's a very, very interesting opening message. But yeah, from these like mistakes that we make, we learn, and we actually grow as individuals. And I did. That car crash was probably the scariest moment of my life, and I thought I was actually a goner for that split second before the impact. The fact that I managed to get away without actually being too hurt was really lucky, and I'm forever grateful for it not being worse than it was. I lost my car, yeah, but cars are replaceable. A life is not replaceable. And I am so thankful that I left with mine in tow and didn't perish there. It was very, it was definitely very scary. But hey, I'm still here, so that's all that really matters. Hi Shira, thank you for the check-in, I hope you're doing good. But that made me learn as a person. This car crash, It was stupid what I did. I was unattentive on the road. And when it was as foggy and as dark as it was, that was the last thing I should be doing, was being unattentive. You know, me rummaging around for something on my passenger seat was not the thing I should have been doing. I should have kept my eyes on the road. I should have done this. I should have done that. I could say all these things that I should have done. I can't change the past, but I can go forward and I can be better. And that's the thing. You can always go forward from your mistakes and be better. You did something bad, you learn from it. You don't take that as total failure. You take that as a learning experience. You use that to pick yourself up and go forward and keep pushing forward till you get to where you want to be. Because that's what you have to do in life. You'll have to get up from your knees once it hurts. Even if it hurts really badly to get up. You'll have to get up from your knees and push forward. Because that's what you need to be doing. You need to show the world what you're worth. Because you are worth something. No matter what. No matter who you are. No matter where you are in life. You are worth something. And always remember that. Sorry, the music just like kicked up for a second. The music like kicked up for a second and I just felt a surge of like, you know, passion just come over me for a second. I needed to say that. A gentle reminder, no one is perfect. It happens. We learn from it. You're doing great. Never mind, she realized herself. I'm not worth it. I'm a demon. A cute demon. Hat pat. A lot of drivers did something stupid, and sadly, a lot of them don't learn from that mistake. Luckily, you did. I promise I did. I promise that I did my absolute best to learn from that. The mistake I made was so simple and like straightforward that it's like it's a thing that you shouldn't ever repeat. Did you just call yourself a cute demon? No, I was talking about Lizzie. Lizzie's the cute demon. She's adorable. Damn, here I thought I was perfect. Also, I missed that. I didn't miss that hydrate, but I was yapping, so we gotta just quickly do something about that. Okay. So, yeah. I learned a lot from that mistake. I learned a lot from what I did, and I am so happy that I did manage to learn from that mistake. I managed to come out of it, you know, in one piece. One piece? Sorry. And push forward. And I'm happy about that. After that happened, you know, I had also like a moment of realization that fuck, life is super fragile and should be cherished. And it's too short to just dwell on things. You have to pick yourself up from your mistakes and keep going, despite everything else being not in your favor. You have to pick yourself up and just push forward. Oh man. We have an ad break coming up in just a minute. While the ad break plays, I'll probably switch to a different world. Because, you know, I like this background a lot, and I'm sure you guys do as well. It's really nice, is it not? You can just kind of stare at this for forever, really. But I honestly wouldn't want to stare at it forever. I'd probably reach a point where I'd want to just, you know, go back to living my life. But you know what I'm so grateful for is that I do have a life to go back to and live and enjoy. And a lot of that's and thank you to all of you wonderful people who support me, and to all my wonderful and amazing friends who made 2025 just that much better of a year. And honestly, 2024 and the end of 2023 as well. I've been thriving on my most wonderful friend group and my best community ever ever since 2023. Everyone who has been with me since then has just added fuel to the ever-growing flame that is my community. And honestly, at this point, I don't think that it's ever gonna die out. And even if it does, I will have been so grateful for it to have existed and have made me a much happier person. So, thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for being the most wonderful community that I could have ever gotten, the most wonderful people I have ever met, the most wonderful people I have ever gotten to know. Thank you all so, so much. I genuinely can't put enough gratitude into my words. So seriously, thank you so much. Wait, fuck, just realized it's the new year. Best wishes. Yeah. And I really want to make 2026 like, you know, a good year, because 2025 was kind of like a shit year all around for everyone. I had some amazing highlights, but I also had some really fucking miserable lows. And I'm kind of starting off the year here on a very, very, very much a low. So I really hope that, you know, it's only up from here. Like they say in that song, we're going up, up, up. It's our moment. You know, together we're glowing. Gonna be golden. Sorry. That was a really bad joke. That was a really, really bad joke. Ow! Okay, yes, I get it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It was a bad joke. We have an ad break in a minute. When the ad break starts, well, first of all, you guys should go and get some water and stretch. And at the same time, you guys should also, take care of yourselves and just, like, I recommend, if you're not gonna go and, like, you know, get water and stretch, at least just, like, stand up from your chair and just walk around your room a bit. Stretch your legs, give them a break from sitting down. If you're laying down, same thing, I would say. Unless you're just about to go to sleep, then if so, sleep well, have a good night. Best wishes for your nap, and kiss for you to go to sleep. I had enough stretching legs today. You know what, Lizzie? I understand your situation. I get that. But if you're not able to, also just like sitting down in a chair and just like putting your legs out straight, just do that. You know, it's gonna make your legs. It might hurt your legs a bit, but at least it'll feel good. I just want to say, for the next year, I don't know how much you will need or use it. If you need someone to talk to, DM me at any time. I appreciate that, Dylan. I promise to reach out if I need something. I've been really bad at reaching out to people in general. I'm very much a bottle up my emotions, keep it to myself, and deal with it myself, because I don't want to bother others, because I feel bad bothering others with things like that. Even though I know my friends will be there for me in these types of situations, my brain says, nah. You think your problems are worth someone else's time? That's basically what my head does. My head does that. Alright, it is ad break time. Let me see if I can find a nice world for us to hang out in. There is... There is that option there. Babe, I got nothing but time. I don't know why I said babe. Hey, babes, that's a ooh hangout. Maybe. I'm just kind of like letting the thoughts do some speaking for today. Let's try out this world. I've got it saved in cool, but I don't know if it'll actually be any any good. That's the thing. Also stretch. Let me just I mean, maybe. Let's see. We've got a nice, big, like, ocean behind us now. So think about your problem. So think about your problems helps me, be not thinking about. So about your problems helps me, be not thinking about my problems. So bothering me is actually helping me. Oh, you know what? That's fair. But obviously, I don't think about that. I don't think about how it helps someone else. I think about how it looks from my perspective. Obviously, um, my DMs are always open, but you knew that, and at your own pace. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Ink. I like this, but it could be better. Let's see. Let's see. Trying to find sort of a. You know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna do something interesting real quick. I'm gonna go to my Discord server because I have a hidden channel that is just VRC worlds. That I want to that I'm meant to check out. Let me see if I can find something nice in here. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Ooh, let's check this one out. I actually really like this map creator. This is someone called, I don't know if you guys know of, uh, Lavrio. I think that's, or it's either Lavrio, or I think it might be Lavrio. I'm not sure. It's a little hard to see to see what it might be. But actually, if you guys don't know Lavrio, uh, they are the creator of the world. If you go to my YouTube channel, you'll see the video called it's just another one of those restless nights, or just another one of those restless nights. Ooh, the details, that's nice. I really like that. Black hole heavy was a whoa, holy. How's my FPS doing after that? Okay, let me try turning it off real quick. Hardly a difference, honestly. Smooth remarkably, yes, very much so. But to my point, so the mapmaker Lavrio, they are the ones, but they are the person who made the world for. If you watch my ooh, the lighting is also like a bit dynamic. Um, oh, thank you, Prism. Uh, the is the music playing in this world? I feel like it's not really audible. I'd really like the music to be playing. Oh, it's loading, I see. Resync. Trying to get things to work in here. Doesn't seem really want to. Let me reload the instance real quick. Let's see. New instance. There we go. So going back to what you said earlier, I used to be someone who was super angry all the time, always fighting, punching, and stuff. Then I stopped for various reasons. Around teens, all adults kept saying that I am, quote-unquote, so calm, and you are the most calm person I've ever met in ages. It was kind of funny considering not long ago I was the opposite. I guess that is a thing, too. You know, I guess you take into account is that, you know, you feel a certain way. Okay. It's trying to load the video, but it doesn't really seem to want to. Well, I figured out why my power all amount in Satisfactory kept fluctuating. Apparently there's a bug with pipe floor holes where it tanks flow rate for no reason. That's annoying. Also, I don't know what to do right now because it just kind of won't load. Media cannot be played, maybe due to invalid format. That's stupid. I really would like some background music. Meow. So true, Prism, so true. Not loading due to invalid format. What is up with that? What is going on with the player? Media cannot be played due to invalid format. That is so weird. That is so strange. Damn, okay. I guess what I'll do is I will I'll put music on in like a YouTube thing. Let's see here. I'll put on my usual that I put on when I'm like, you know. Perfect. That'll work. This'll work. Okay. Let me go to where I wanted to stand in the world. Oh, interesting. There's a countdown timer in the world that counts down until the next year. Let's see how badly it runs with the black hole in the background. I don't think that's a black hole, though. It looks more like a supernova, if you ask me. Anyways, what I wanted to say earlier about Lavrio is that they are the creator of a world called The Last Departure, and if you look at my Just Another One of Those Restless Nights, or as it just is called, Restless Nights, on my YouTube music channel, you will see that their world, The Last Departure, is the background video for said video. And one really cool thing that happened on that video is that Labrio themselves actually commented on the video and said, really nice, and I said really nice music, and I said, oh my god, thank you so much. And then I was just like, wait, you're the world creator, that's you. And then they were, and I was just like, And immediately I was just like, please let me know if it's okay to not use your thing, and blah 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 blah. They replied back and said, no, I absolutely love seeing my world getting used in creative ways like this, especially considering my worlds aren't very popular. And I was just like, wow, I don't understand how they're not, because they are beautiful. Like, come on. Like, oh, that's the exposure I'm messing with there. I meant to get the horizontal offset so you could see the background a little bit more. It's impressive that they are not more popular. It's honestly insane to me. But yeah, that world that you see in the background of that video, that is made by Lavrio, and this world is also made by them. And also, if you guys wanted to know something, you guys probably know that there is the VRCA, or the VRC Awards, the VR Community Awards, currently going on, and hosted by the one and only Puck, who has been on Highlights Chat, hosted by our dear, beautiful Goober Bean VaruVT, which you should go and follow and check out. But nominated for World Creator as one of the categories that you can vote for is Lavrio. So what I would like to say to everyone, because I feel like, people should, at least in an instance like this, respect my opinion. Please go vote for Lavrio in this category. They 100% deserve it. With worlds like this and everything in between that they have made, just please go and vote for them. I think honestly they deserve it, and they need to be appreciated for the work that they have done. So if you guys would do that, that would mean a whole lot to me. For me, it's like, yeah, I have had anger issues since the dawn of time, but some time ago I learned to ignore slights against me. Still am terrible at restraining myself when friends are involved. That's fair. I feel similarly. I get very defensive towards friends and that sort of thing, and I always want to protect them, make sure they're okay, make sure they're feeling all right, because honestly, their happiness brings me a lot of happiness, so making sure that they're okay is very important to me. I really wish I was better at reaching out to people. I'm very bad at reaching out to people. But I absolutely love it when people reach out to me and say, hey, Rise, I'm not feeling too great. Can I talk to you? And I'm just like, yes, absolutely, please. I would love to hear what's on your mind, because I am very much like I would consider myself a good listener. I would consider myself a very good listener when it comes to topics that, interest me, and friends' mental health and physical health and that sort of thing. Like, don't get the wrong idea. They interest me in a sense that I want to hear what the person has to say on the issue. And even more so, it makes me ecstatic if they want my help with, some sort of thought or other thing. So honestly, I want to help out where possible. I would say what I think about myself, but I'm not here to bring the mood down. And honestly, 40, I get that. We all have a very negative image of ourselves. We all think a lot of bad things about ourselves. You're not alone in that. But let it be known that 90% of the things that you think about yourself are not true. It's your mind warping the sense and exaggerating every single small bad thing, because we also have very hard time seeing the good things in ourselves. And a lot of the time, the good outweighs the bad, and we have a hard time seeing that. So I totally understand that, people struggle to see the good in themselves. But I promise you, if you're watching this, that the good is there. The good is there, and always will be, because it's always been a part of you. Like, and here's another thing. Here's another thing. you guys really think that a bad person, someone who is just intentionally evil, would think that what they're doing is bad? I honestly don't think so. I think they would see themselves they would have a very narcissistic outlook on themselves. So the fact that you guys, the people who are struggling with things like this, thank you for the check-in, Master, I hope you're doing good. The people who struggle with the negative self-images, I feel like are genuinely, at heart, really, really good people, because they think usually that they are bad because everything else around them is good. They think other people are better, off more, doing better successfully, they have a very, positive outward look on the world and a very negative inward look on themselves. When usually it's a very even distribution in reality, because yes, you might not think you are a good person, but if you have done just any amount of good in your life, I would say you have what it takes to be a good person. Because good is not it's not something you're born with, it's not something you just are, it's something you do. It's how you act, it's how you think about the world around you. It's what actions you put out into the world. So when you aim a lot of bad things inward, sometimes they can end up going outwards, but that's honestly just because there's no more space going in, so it goes out instead. And now, obviously, that's never a person's intention to send the bad thoughts that they're having internally out into the world. They don't want to, make other people feel bad. So it's like, at that point, it's like, it's not even their fault. It's literally just because they are struggling with something that's really hard to deal with. And, at that point, it's just like, honestly, if you are someone who can handle, the way that someone else is feeling, then just try to reach out to them and let them know that things will be okay, and, try to help them out, because a lot of the time it just takes another person's perspective to shift your own. It can sometimes be as simple as that. Also, blood loss is a necessary evil of smooth legs. This is very true. This is very, very true. Unless you use like a trimmer or can you bleed from waxing? I don't think so. It just hurts a lot. Pain is a is a necessary evil of smooth legs, in my opinion. Thought about that too much, but you're more appreciated than you possibly think you are. Exactly. I agree with Dylan here, towards what 40 said. 40, you are appreciated very much here, and you are a really, really great person. You support a lot of people. I've seen that about you. You go out. I know you probably don't think that you're like, you lurking in Twitch streams, is like, that much of a deal, but like, it is a deal for a lot of people. It's a deal for me. I genuinely appreciate you so much, and you being here is very, very meaningful, and it means a lot. Also, you are, really good at, doing fun music things, kind of just like me, it's awesome to see people who love to put art out into the world, and that's what you're doing. You're putting art out into the world, and that's a good thing. That's a really great thing. Honestly, doing that is really, 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 really amazing. As someone who's done waxing before, never again. One of the most intense pains I've ever had. I honestly feel like I would be okay with waxing. I've waxed my eyebrows before. It's not too bad. You can if the root holds on enough, but the more you do it, as long as you don't shave, the easier it gets. I've waxed several different parts, honestly. I expected worse pain-wise. Yeah, I don't think it's that bad, honestly. It probably would hurt, like, the first few times, but if you get used to it, it's not too bad. The problem is that it just takes a lot of time, and I really just need usually like a quick solution or something. I'm looking into getting like one of those like handheld IPL things because I feel like that would be very, very, very easy to use. Man. Oh god, standing up is just like putting so much pressure on my spine. Oh, how long have I been standing up for now? Like 1.5 hours? Whew. Damn. That actually does like settle in your spine and makes you feel it. Makes you really feel it. But yeah. Like you might back to the whole like, you know, not feeling like you're a good person. Just like genuinely, if anyone out there feels like they're not giving anything to the world, if you are just doing your best to be you, then you are giving the best thing you can, you know, give to the world. And I know it's sometimes hard to be like, you know, be you in a world where, you know, we're put into a lot of expectations by society. But always just try your best to be the version of you that you want to be. And if you do that, then you can get really far in life. You can get really, really far in life. It is recommended that you shave and wax before using IPL, just like laser. It also depends on the hair color if it's effective. Okay, you know what, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, I'll probably do one of the two anyways. I have to. Because I can't just... Well, I can't just expect to have it work. They want it to be like... They want it to be like, oh, being me is a terrible thing, but whereas it's being too wholesome. I don't know what it is about VR, but it puts out a very, like, you know, genuine side of me sometimes. I feel like it's because I get a lot more like physical with it. I get a lot more gestures in there, you know. It's very like it's a show. But honestly, most of the time I just feel like I want to talk about really great things. Like I've had every time it's been a VRC stream for me, it's always gotten quite deep emotionally. The last one I did was the stream that I had done right after, or not right after, but not soon after me and Marg had broken up. And yeah, I needed to get a lot of things off my chest during that stream. And yeah, like it was a tough time at that point. But talking about it helped so much. I would say, I don't know if anybody remembers from that stream, but obviously at one point in time, Marg showed up and he had some things to say. And, you know, I obviously handled it how I did at that point in time because that was the first thing that came to mind, was to just, like, you know, people please and manage another person's emotions, which I shouldn't have done. I should have stood my ground and said, hey, this is my safe space where I should be able to feel like I can talk freely, and that right is being violated right now. And I don't appreciate that, and I should have said that, but I didn't. I didn't at the time, and that was not smart of me to do. So yeah, we got very, very deep during that stream, and, you know, a lot of people supported me and helped me feel better during that stream, and it was very useful. But honestly, you know, like, I came on here as well, and we got to talk about a lot of, you know, things that, it like, it ties into all my mental things, and it's just like talking about current things that have been like bogging me down, being very general with it. I think I am gonna switch to sitting down. I really need to sit. Oh jeez, my legs are fucking... Oh. What did I get caught in? Wire? Okay. Oh, that is much needed after... Wow. Oh, my back is feeling so much pressure. Leave it right now. Oh. Oh, I needed that. Jesus. God. Okay, but in a very like, hold on. Going back to like, what's been bothering me recently. So, my job recently has been really kind of like at the forefront of basically all my attention. So that also includes things like, just, it's, like, so, a colleague of mine has been very sort of like, I guess I can't say, it's not that they've been like, nasty towards me, but they've done some things that is just a little bit like, I've been lurking on and off. Don't be hard on yourself how you handled it in the past. Thank you, Kugo. I appreciate that. We're obviously like, I did have my moment of like, things going, how would you say, bad in the past, but it's like I feel like I've kind of closed that one up and said, yes, I did things in the past that were bad, but I've gotten better since then. But to go back to what I was saying with my colleague, she has kind of been like somewhat targeting me when it comes to... So we had a meeting in our department. I work in the help desk of, the IT support help desk of my company, and my colleague, she during a meeting that we did, our boss called us in for a meeting because at some point in time, she and another coworker got into a bit of a scuffle. Not like, bad, but, there was some back and forth, some things that were said, and some things that needed to be said about, how we do things and all that sort of stuff. And they went off and they had a talk with their with our boss present, and, talk things out. So then my boss decides to call in for a meeting where we can go over things in general. Now, I'm not saying that this coworker is only targeting me, because she isn't, but I was very heavily targeted as some things when there was voiced concerns in this meeting. It was the two things she kind of had to say. The main one she had to say was people listening to music, me, and people using the toilet for too long, me and my other coworker. So 75% of what she said correlated to me. And, I can maybe understand the toilet breaks. They shouldn't be as... Sometimes they are, like, a little bit long for me, but I try to keep them to, like, not forever and ever. But sometimes I just also use them as a little, like, de-stressor. I take my phone with me. I doom scroll a little bit, but I don't sit there for hours. Yes, maybe sometimes it's like, 20 minutes. It shouldn't be 20 minutes. It should maybe be 10 at most. like at the absolute most. But like the fact that, you know, that is such a big issue that she has to voice it feels really like, you know, like honestly, it, like, you know, you don't know what I'm doing in there anyways. And I mean, I obviously, being the pushover that I am, I admitted it, yes, saying like, yes, I do bring out my phone, but like, I also just use it to, like, you know, decompress. And then it's just like, well, and then it's like the option was floated then, like, well, if you need to decompress, then like go out to the back room and take 10 minutes there, or go to the, you know, the coffee machine and take 10 minutes there. It's like, but like at that point it's just like, I'm taking extra time as well as the toilet, then I might as well just use the toilet. What's the fucking difference? Like, I'm still just like, you know, I'm still using time to not work, take a break, take a decompression break, but it's the same time, so what's the problem? And then music. Bringing up the whole, like, you know, listening to music, making it so that you are unreachable by the others. I will admit that on very, very few occasions, I did have both my earplugs in. I have, like, little, like, earphones, wireless earbuds. I had both of them in, and that was not a good move, because that means that nobody could get in touch with me. But I feel like having a singular one in, which is what I want to do going forward, should not be a problem and should not be something that will absolutely throw out the thing. And I have a defense. I have a really hard time focusing in our office because there's a lot of noise going on. People clattering away at their keyboards, people clicking mice, people talking, people, you know, getting a little bit excited, especially around Thursday, which is our release day. So, you know, you got to get excited for the new release version of our fucking, like, you know, our ERP system that is not short for erotic roleplay. That is enterprise resource planning. Don't get the wrong idea. But yeah, I feel like it should not be a problem for me to, like, you know, just kill a bit of the outside noise that is coming in, especially when I feel personally like all that noise bothers me too much to the point where I can actually work effectively. And do you also offer chat ERP? Well, if I said yes to that, then there would probably be a few too many offers in my chat that we should not have. Wasn't getting the wrong idea till you said nacho rise. Let's see here. I only time people's breaks if they're gonna go on one of their breaks for 15 minutes and if they show up 30 minutes late. Yeah, I get that. Sounds like those seniors who stalk from windows what people do wrong outside. Yep. What did I come back to? Us talking about work things. This is actually the thing you spoke to me about, Varu. And, Varu, can I just say thank you so much for your advice the other day? It actually did help me. I went to my boss, I voiced my concern, I said, hey, I actually have a hard time focusing because of the noise going on, so I use the music to help myself focus and work more efficiently, and obviously, I want to work the most efficient. That's what I said to him, and he said, yeah, I completely and totally get you. Can we voice this concern on one of your morning meetings? So, obviously, I mentioned this to him during the afternoon, and and I mentioned it today, and it's Friday, so I'll have to wait until Monday to voice it. But getting our colleagues together and just saying, like, hey, I know that this thing has bothered you, but I really need this to help me focus on certain occasions. So please don't take it away from me. I genuinely need it. Otherwise, I can't work the best that I want to. So yeah. Enterprise planning research. That's not... I helped? Yes, you did, Varu, you did. I did an oopsie, and you could tell where I'd been around the house and how I'm being made to clean blood off the carpets. Oh god, blood on the carpet's awful. Yeah, it seems like she's a miserable person and wants to make everyone else's day miserable. you know, she's all right though. That's the thing. She's most of the time she's perfectly fine to work with. I even have some pretty nice chats with her here and there, but like, she's also a very much like, you know, not my problem type of person. You know, she'll maybe like, you know, she really doesn't want to take on a lot of like responsibility for, you know, things. She's like, okay, so we have to do more things. That's the last thing I want to do, kind of, you know, person. You know, it's like, God, I have to do more work? That's awful. Do I get paid more for that? Kind of that kind of attitude. Like, yes, I get if it's like taking on more responsibility, then like I get it, but it's really not that much more responsibility. It's like a few extra tasks, or changing the workflow to sort of optimize how we do things, like splitting our hardware orders at our vendor into, you know, this one has the phone stuff, this one has the laptop, and this one has all the accessories. Like, I did that today, and that was not too much extra work. It was a little bit of extra work, but not too much. And also, it's going to help us out because it means we can keep tracking, you know, into the different things more even, and it's not all over the place. But that seemed to be a really big problem for her, to have to take the extra steps to do so, rather than just throwing everything in one order and then just sending it off to the vendor. So, you know, like, it's small things like that that seem to just be a problem for her. And, you know, she also, like, you know, she took on the responsibility of our user creation wholly. And, you know, like, she doesn't have to be the only one who does it. She decides to be the only one who does it. But then she also, like, you know, kind of complains about the fact that, like, oh, I'm the only one who does this thing. Woman, you do not have to be the only one to do it. We gave you the thing so that you could take care of it, and if you needed help, you can ask. But it's like, no, I'll do it myself. But I'm gonna complain about it anyways because I want to be a problem. It's stupid. It's really stupid. I get that vibe from her a lot. She is good at asking for help, you know, with other things, but it's just like, it's so, yeah, it's really annoying. For me at work, it's fun because my superiors just assume I am doing stuff. Throw this at her. Thank you. I'll throw that at her, Robot Gaming. Also, welcome in. I hope you're doing good. For me at work, it's my superiors assume I'm doing stuff I need to do, even when I am just in the office only replying to the phone. Yeah, I mean, I've started to slowly learn the art of looking busy. It is a fantastic art. But it also gets really boring. Let's see here. Brother, you made the sandwich. Literally. That is literally it. It's like, Miss, you made the sandwich yourself. Why are you complaining? What type of work do you do outside of VTubing? So I'm an IT supporter. So I am front-end support for the entire conglomerate of companies that I basically work for the main company, if you will, and then all the subsidiaries also report to us, and thus we are 4 people responsible for like 3,000 employees. Albeit about like only 1,000 of those actually use computers, but it's still a lot of people. It's still a lot of people that we have responsibility for. Oh, so it's similar to Varu? No, because Varu, she does game dev, so she is not IT support. She's not fixing people's computer problems. She is developing, coding, actually making software that does things in the. Oh my God, Nina! Thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate it. 25 months. Damn, that is so long. But yeah, so Varu makes things, I fix things. But honestly, a lot of the time, I can say this about Varu, because I know some stuff about her job. She also, for the time being, has just been fixing things because people don't know what they're doing to the game that they're currently making, so they're just making lots of errors in the code, and she has to go back and basically fix all the code. So she's kind of doing my job, you know, with like fixing people's problems. Except in my job it's expected, in Maru's job it's not expected, and she's doing it as an extraordinary thing, and that's kind of bullshit in my opinion. she's doing so much extra. Oh, Varu's making games? Yeah, Varu's, day activity is game development, for a company that has, done, what's the major publisher, you guys, Varu, if you are comfortable with saying? What's the major publisher that you guys have developed a game under? Is it Capcom? Konami. Konami, that's it. Thank you. Shira! Oh my god, thank you so much for the raid. Hi, raiders. Welcome in. I hope you're doing good. And I hope you also had a good stream, Shira Mods. Can we get a shout out for Shira, please? Shira, woo! For anybody who's just coming in with the raid, oh, thank you so much for the follow, Odia-sama. I appreciate it. For anybody just coming in with the raid, hi, I'm Rise. I'm your local trans, cybernetic, and motherly VTuber, and I am just trying to create a safe space here on my corner of the internet. Today we're yapping inside of VR chat. We're just having a good time just talking about whatever. Hi, Belle. Welcome in. Also, hi, Mikey. Welcome in. Thank you for the check-in. I appreciate it. Hope you guys are all doing good. And anybody else with the raid as well. Thank you so much all for being here. So yeah, like my job is mainly to fix people's problems, if you will. That's really simplifying it. Fix people's computer problems, because doing it at a school wasn't enough, so I had to and not getting paid for it wasn't good enough, so I had to go out and actually learn how to do it to finally get paid for it. So it's actually funny, I have a degree in IT support, if you will. I can fix her. I was just about to ask to fix my health problems. I unfortunately can't do that. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a physician. I'm not anything of that sort. I'm just a fixie computer person. If your computer's doing something weird, though, I might be able to help out with it. Depends on how weird it is. My screen is black. How do I fix it? Turn it on and off again. Always works. Easy. Ticket resolved. There we go. Done. I'm just a girl. I can help you with the health problems, just not successfully. And see, that's something completely different. That's called illegal, I think. I'm a doctor, not a miracle worker. That didn't fix it. Help. Well, if your screen's black, actually, a genuine piece of advice. This is for anybody who uses a Windows computer. I don't know how it works on Mac. I don't know how it works on Linux. But on Windows PC, if you're having screen issues and something is, actually broken, I know it's a bit you're doing, Nini, but if your monitor is actually blacked out for whatever reason, Control Shift Windows B. Remember that key combination, because that will reset your graphics drivers for a moment, and then the screens have a chance of turning back on. Knowing you actually know that? Of course I do! I'm a fucking IT supporter. I'm supposed to know these things. Apple cider vinegar and garlic do wonders for the body. Also, right, I thought Varu was a dude just using a female model. So Varu actually, not too long ago, but kind of recently, she came out as trans. She's still, very early in her transition, but she's, making sure that, but she's taking steps to get further into it. That means, changing her, her clothing style. That's happening IRL. And she's amazing. Exactly. But basically, having she's having like a lot of things that she wants to do to further her transition. One thing she wants to do, she wants to voice train, which is obviously a very valid thing to do, because sometimes you don't want to be talking like this and you want to be talking like this instead. So I've been offline lately and been more focused on making videos, and that's totally fine. That's totally fine, robot. But you know, as long as you respect people and you know their changes, then you know, and all that sort of stuff, then you know, make sure to support people in their things, because you know they people are amazing. Oh shit, they found us. And you know, honestly, like I know it's like I obviously struggle with this myself, but the good thing is that I can do it to others. If you are someone who is transitioning, just let it be known that even just saying that you are is such a huge step. It doesn't matter what your body says, like physically. It matters what your mind says. If your mind is telling you that yes, you are in fact a different gender, then you just have to listen to that thought, because it is objectively true. It is actually the truth. Shira's debut next week. Go follow her. Yes! Please go follow Shira and check her out and support her. She's got her 1.0 debut coming up. The model is looking amazing. If you haven't seen the debut trailer, go check it out too. It's fucking awesome. Mods, can we get a link to the YouTube or maybe no, just go to her YouTube channel, go to her Twitter, whatever. You'll find the video. Raw shitting bricks. You got this, girl. You got this. I believe in you. I believe in you. Oh, man. You're also allowed to just try it out, and if you decide it's not for you later, that's okay. Exactly. That's also another really important thing, is that don't worry if it's not actually the fit for you. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it isn't. Being comfortable enough to experiment with these types of things is a huge step in self-discovery. So, you know, just absolutely go out there, be the best version of yourself that you can be, and just absolutely stick to it. You know, be the person that you want to be, because that's the best thing that you can give to the world. If that means that you're lesbian, gay, you know, bi, trans, queer in any other way, just give it to the world and show that you are not afraid to be who you are. The real ones stand by you. Exactly. So, and if you're worried that, you know, if you're worried about, like, you know, friends who will not stick by you after you've made changes to who you are as a person, then those were never your friends to begin with, because your real friends will stick by you. My question to you is, would you rather have a lot of fake friends or a small amount of actually genuine real friends? Lots of fake friends, small amount of real, genuine friends who will stick by you, be there for you, care about you, and make sure that you're okay. Versus this group of people who who could give less than 2 fucks about you. My thoughts on that stuff is, if that you're over 18, do it up, but don't force it upon kids, since many don't know until later, and I've seen so many who regret transitioning too early due to being pushed into this type of thing. See, on that subject, I think we never force it onto kids. We never force it. We never force anything onto kids, because that's wrong. But I feel that kids should learn about these things. They need to learn, because they might be dealing with these feelings and having no idea what it all means. Having education about LGBTQIA+ is very important, because then they know that if they have these feelings at any point in life, they are valid. They are not wrong for thinking this way. It's very, very much like the thing. We never want to force it on them. It's always a matter of just wanting to educate, wanting to let the world learn. Sadly, there are always going to be that kind of people, but those are not the people who you should base your self-image and self-esteem on. Exactly. The bad people in your life should not be the ones who dictate who you are as a person and how you are as a person. They don't get to decide that for you. They just do not get to pick that for you. It is merely something you get to choose and figure out yourself, and let the real friends who actually mean something to you dictate, truly. I agree. I've had friends who are parents who transition and force it upon their kids. And see, here's the thing. It's like, yes, it does happen, but it's a very, 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 very rare case, because I feel like every kid should never be forced into anything. That especially also goes for, straight stereotypes. They should never be forced into straight stereotypes. They should be allowed to pick and choose them as they see fit. They should be allowed to pick and choose what they feel is right, because they will be the only ones who can truly decide that. Quote unquote, don't force it onto kids. Yeah, that's what puberty blockers are for. To buy you time and not force a puberty you might not want upon you. Yeah, exactly. It's the thing is like, that's why it's like, I feel like a kid can come to, like, a teenager can definitely come to those decisions. A very young kid, you probably, well, I mean, at that stage in life, let them just have fun with it and see what they feel like. They should never be forced on any sort of medication. They should never be forced into any sort of specific gender stereotypes or, non-gender conforming stereotypes. They should be allowed to just kind of do, say, and wear what they please. That is, respectable for the world around them. And, if that means wearing a dress when you were born as someone who is AMAB, or if you want to wear, more boyish clothing as someone who is born AFAB, then that's something you should be allowed to do as a kid. You should not be restricted in those options. And if you are, at that point, then later on, where you're a teenager, puberty is about to start for you, and you want time, and you're not sure, but you're sure that you don't want this, then puberty blockers are great, because they can prevent things from happening that you don't want to happen as you figure out who you are in this sort of like questioning state. Especially when going through puberty and high school, that's when the kids is most expected to learn about themselves. Yes, exactly. It's a very important time. So it's like, that's when these things should also be taught to the kids, because it's when they're discovering their bodies, it's when they're discovering their desires in a more, intimate manner. So it's like they need to learn about all aspects of it, not just the standard, you have boy, you have girl. That's not all it is. I feel like all of it needs to be taught, and parents need to be okay with it. But the problem is that not all parents are okay with it, and that's a problem. But yeah. I figured out at around 16, I said I wanted hormones to transition. I'm turning 21 this year, and I still haven't gotten shit because of those barriers. Thankfully, I was about to shut a lot of the bad feelings, but people harm themselves because of those bad feelings. The biggest regret of people who transition was not doing it earlier. Yeah, I completely feel that too. It's like, It's like, I keep hearing about, people who are transitioning at even younger ages than me, and it's just like, I feel like I'm not able to catch up, but the problem is that I need to not compare my own transition to everyone else's. I need to compare it to just me and only me, because it's only me that it is important for, and I just need to get where I want to be, and that's the most important thing. Strange as it may sound, but as I myself can't really identify with it as some might, I do feel like if any of my children do want it, I will fight with all I can to give them that chance. And that is the best thing that you can do, Dylan, is just letting your kids express themselves freely, however they want, and not putting them into any sort of expectation. The only expectation you should ever put upon your kids is to make sure that they respect the world around them, and, just teach them to be good people. That's the most important thing that you can do for your kids, is just show them what good is, and what respect is, for the world around them. Plus adoption is the thing, so if a trans person wants to have kids but are not physically able to conceive, this helps both the parents have a child and a child who is stuck in foster care until they grow out of it. Exactly. That's also another really great thing that, it's like, people are like, oh, but, you can't do this and do that, so it's not a real family. But it's like, you don't say that to... Here's the thing. You don't say to a woman who is infertile and unable to have kids that if she goes and adopts the kid, oh, that's not a real family. That's not a real family. You don't say that. You don't ever say that, because that's fucked up. So why would you say it about a trans person? Why would you say that just because they go and they adopt a kid into their family, that they're now suddenly a fucking complete weirdo? That just doesn't make sense. As long as they aren't an Ajax fan. Yeah, but of course, you gotta make sure they aren't, rooting for the wrong team. It's crazy feeling, hold on. Messages are scrolling. I can't read. It's crazy feeling super progressive when I tell grandma to shut up because she said my niece's two-piece bathing suit was too revealing. Yeah, I really hate that, we've reached that sort of day and age where they feel like they need to point out all those things. So weird to think that what feels normal, but being... yeah, exactly. We have these thoughts, and then we're like, suddenly we're libtards, or, fucking that sort of thing. It's just like, no. Mind you, there is not a single piece of gender-affirming care that wasn't used by cis peoples decades earlier. This is very, very true. Yep. I personally don't want to have a child, partly due to medical issues involving my hands that I don't want to pass down, but I have thought of adopting since I was adopted at an early age into a loving family. And that's honestly a beautiful thing, in my honest opinion, is giving that sort of gift of a family to someone who will most likely never see it unless you decide to make a change to that. That is a beautiful thing to do. Because that kid would be without a family otherwise and stuck in a foster care until they turn however old, and then they have to go on in life and just kind of like exist without ever having a family's love in their life, and that's just kind of really, really messed up to think about. Sure love to find out about non-binary when I was 25. No one talked about those things when I was growing up. Exactly. It's like some people are only discovering these things now because the internet exists and people are actually talking about it. Hi, Tiger. So, like, yeah, it's really like, I say we're living in an age where it's great that, this information is out there and people can learn about it, but it also sucks that we live in an age where we're basically seeing exactly what happened in the 1970s with homophobia, We're seeing that nowadays with transphobia. And the problem is that it's going to affect the whole LGBTQ community eventually, because it doesn't just, it doesn't just affect the trans people, it affects the whole community, because we're stigmatizing anything that isn't quote-unquote normal. So, yeah. Also, my rules are to point out my flaws, I point out yours. If I share my flaws with you, it means you earn my respect. That's fair. Also, I do have to say, as long as they are in age saying was a joke, couldn't care less about football. Same. And also, I agree. Like, I think we knew it was a joke. Yo, can I ask a question, Rise? It's not inappropriate. All good, Nia. Go straight ahead. Ask your question. I'd like to think a problem child would be more like the foster care doesn't care, nor do they want to keep the kid when they get near the age. Not an inappropriate one. Boring. Is it bad to not really want a child if it doesn't have half your partner? Like, I don't want a kid if I have to adopt. I would say everyone has their preferences about how they want to, have a family. So if that means that you want it to be at least half, wait, hold on. Did I read the question right? Is it bad to not really want a child if it doesn't have half your partner? No, I've read it right. Okay. So yeah, like, it's all down to preferences, and there is no one who will stigmatize people for having preferences in how they want their family to exist. If they want to have... If this particular family wants at least their child to be, part of the bloodline, if you will, they want them to be blood related, then that is a very valid thing to want, and for some people that is a must, some people that is a necessity, that they are able to have that option, and that's totally fair. I will never stigmatize someone for there's never a reason to stigmatize people who don't want relationships with trans people or non-binary people or people who, are non-gender conforming in any sort of way, and them not being able to then physically be able to reproduce with them. That's a very valid thing. I have a friend, I'm not going to say who, but they voiced this thing to me. Now, originally I was like, that's a bit transphobic, but no, it's not transphobic, because it would be transphobic if they were also being disrespectful about it at the same time. If they are literally just saying it's a preference to them to not date or be with a trans person, then that's totally fair, and that's a valid thing to not want, because, that's their preference. As long as they are respectful of, anybody else existing, then, then that's the best thing that they can do. It's just be respectful. You don't have to accept it, full on and be, massively, an ally and all that sort of stuff. You just have to respect it. You just have to respect that it exists, and it is real, and it is not a brain disease or a tumor or any other sort of fucked up thing. It is just a natural part of human evolution, and that is just it. I'm lucky if I find a woman that is dumb enough to love me. That you will find that woman. You will find that woman, Tiger. I promise you. She will, she will find you. Let's see. Oh, thank you so much for the follow. Crunched. That's a crunched. I actually love that name. That's amazing. I hate the fact that people say the Mint and or Rusk are female models because they aren't. They're androgynous, and that's actually very true. It's like people's. I really wish that, androgynous and non-gender conforming was more accepted by the wider society, but it's very binary. It's like, it's either a man or it's woman. There's nothing in between, and that's so stupid in my opinion. Personally, I don't care who the kids belongs to. Having children is something you need to have a reason to have it. Not the other way around, where not having a child needs a reason. Yes, exactly. TLDR, love whoever you want to love. Exactly, so true, bro. Welcome back, Robot. For me, it's... I want a child, but only with my current fiance. No real need to have a child myself, but do know Char wants one, so want and will cherish them because Char wants to have one. That's actually and that's so fair. Like, you know, maybe not, you know, being super hot on the idea of having a child yourself, but, you know, leaning into it because your partner really wants to. That's also, in my opinion, really beautiful. Maybe I misstated my question. I meant to say if someone would like to have a child but would not adopt a child, this child would not be related to their partner. And you know what? And that is fair. I would like to restate, Nina. I think I got that already. And yes, that is totally fair, that if you want the child to be related to at least, you know, half of you, like half of the couple, then that's a totally valid thing to want. Are those rings on your fingers or mechanical hands? They're rings. They're just straight up rings. But they look pretty cool, right? Okay, got it, perfect. Thank you. No problem, Nina, no problem. Might seem as a fib, but as I experienced it, even when I never believed myself worthy, she appeared. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like, you know, you might think that you are not worthy of love, you're not worthy of someone amazing, but trust me, that person will appear in your life probably when you least expect it, and they're going to change your life forever, and they're going to make your life so much better. And trust that it will happen, because then it will happen. Okay, rings are incredible and I love them. They look so nice, don't they? I absolutely adore these rings. They clip a little bit. There's a little bit of clipping, but it's fine. You don't notice it. Damn girl, that a lot of rings? It is. It's a lot of rings. I actually wear rings daily, every single day in my IRL too, so it's kind of just a match. It's not this many rings IRL, although I wish it was. On my index and middle finger and my thumb on my right hand, I have rings, and on my thumb on my left hand, I have a singular ring. So I really would like more rings. I want for every single finger, to where it's all of them except my ring fingers, because those I'm gonna save obviously for when I have hand in engagement and hand in marriage with whoever it might be. Thank you for the boob. As many rings as a Kingdom Hearts character. As many rings as Sonic. I only have 2 rings IRL and I want more. Oh, I love wearing rings and I need more as well. Well, technically I have 3. I have one on my right pinky, one on my left middle finger, and a tattooed wedding ring on my left hand. Ooh, a tattooed wedding ring. That's kind of cool. I like that. I like that a lot. But absolutely, Val, go out and get yourself some more rings. You should absolutely get those. Hand in marriage? Straight up, though. Ugh. If like, you know, if in my future relationship that I'm ever proposed to, like, legitimately, person gets down on one knee, and I don't expect it, I am going to be so shocked and so happy. Pretty lady on the screen? I'll stop you. Hi, Naughty. Hope you're doing good. I have one ring I rarely wear because it's a little small. It's a ring you were able to buy by beating a Destiny 2 raid. Oh, fun! That's kind of cool. Yeah, my thumb rings are very big, and they kind of easily come off, but they stay on most of the time. And then the other rings I wear are a little bit the one on my index finger is a little bit small. The one on my middle finger, it fits pretty well. So, you know, I don't have that. Alright, it's a little question that I've been beating myself over for a while. Go right ahead. I'm open for questions. I love wearing rings. I wear 2 at all times on both my left hand and one on my ring and the other on my middle finger. Both are technically wedding bands that cost me like $10. Nice. I mean, your right ring finger in Western culture signifies independence. Huh. I did not know that. I thought it was left finger engagement or left hand engagement, right hand marriage. That was my understanding of it. At least that's how I looked at it. I could be wrong though. That's how I understood it, and that's how I wanted to do it. Like, you know, you get the engagement ring, you put it on the one finger, you get the marriage ring, you get the marriage ring, you know, at the actual wedding, put that on the other finger. You know, it's like you get, because like I feel like also like in the engagement ring is kind of also a little bit of a promise ring, so so I used to be part of a friend group like a year-ish ago where things got out of hand over me, very accidentally misgendering someone trans that was also fairly new in that group. I always try, but sometimes slip up and feel bad about that stuff. How do I handle that? Literally, okay, so if it's a constant case of you misgendering them on purpose, that's you in the wrong. But if you realize that you're in the wrong and want to fix your mistake and want to correct yourself, then you're doing absolutely everything right. As a trans person who has been misgendered, obviously it happens. I will correct someone. I also correct for other people and say this person uses she, her. Please remember to do so. And if the person says, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry," and I used to go, "No, it's okay. I'm literally just informing you to let you know so that you can do so going forward." Because we all make mistakes. We're human. We are not perfect in any way. We're gonna make mistakes, especially when we're not used to someone, you know, having a certain set of pronouns, you know, or they might have changed pronouns, you know, that sort of thing. To other people, it falls more naturally to, you know, just like, you know, oh, this person uses this type of pronouns? All right, perfect. I'll make sure to use those pronouns going forward. Some people obviously have the very, like, you know, ingrained gender norms in their head, and therefore it sometimes can be really hard to actually do those things right without, like, you know, really thinking about it and making sure you don't slip up. So honestly, like, just realizing your mistake and correcting yourself is the best thing that you can do, and honestly, just doing that is more than enough. If the person on the other end can't accept that, you know, you want to do your best, then that's on them. That's honestly on them, and, you know, it's, yeah, so, because to be honest, I feel guilty for slipping up, but on the other hand, I really try my best to remember, and that's the best that you can do. Let's see here. It only happened once, maybe twice, and it led to people bashing me, but I'm glad that you're saying this now. Now it also comes a lot more natural to me, but it took me quite an effort, and that's totally fine. It's really hard. In the beginning for me, I was like, you know, also like learning about, like, you know, people's pronouns and that sort of stuff, and, you know, it was like, you know, it was a new world to me of, like, you know, people who were trans, people who were non-binary, people who were agender, that sort of thing. It's like, using me, especially using like they them pronouns, that was like a whole new boat. But I learned it, I picked it up sort of quickly, you know, it's like it came to me kind of naturally because I was still pretty young-ish. I was only, like, you know, towards the end of my teenage years, so it's like, you know, I got a hang of it, and it's also like, you know, it helped me a lot now with how I am now. Let's see here. Clone said, I kind of want to try more rings because the size of your hands get smaller on HRT. I've been a bit hesitant. Oh, right. Yeah, that is true. I don't mind if my rings don't fit me at some point anymore. Like, it's gonna happen. And if it happens, I guess I'll just have to get new rings, you know? Let's see here. And yeah, agreeing with, like, you know, what Clone said, it's 100% the intention. If your intention is not to, like, you know, misgender someone on purpose, but you accidentally do so, then it's totally fine. As long as you correct yourself, you know, and then just move forward from there, learn from your mistake, then you're doing everything absolutely right. So Maru, I use dude, mate, man as more like a gender neutral meanings towards people. Like, I'll call women dude because I'm from Cali and that's been ingrained into my brain for years now. How do you feel about that type of thing? I meant Rise and Varu. So yeah, and Valerie said, TBH, I do this as well. Got called out yesterday in a WoW raid when I said, enjoy your dinner, bro, to someone who replied with, I'm a mom, but I can be one of the bros still. Also, it'll never be my intention to do that because the last thing I want is to hurt people. I say, like, you know, bro, and dude, and man is a little bit like, you know, like, it is like maybe a little bit like, you know, with me, but like, I can understand, you know, the intention behind like, dude, come on, you know, like, or like, bro, you know, like, I can get behind that. Man, a little bit more like, you know, on the nose. I feel like that one's not, it doesn't sit as well with me, but I can let it slip as long as there's no, like, you know, like, oh, you're a man, but it's like, you're just like, man, shut up, you know, like, I can get behind that. Dude and bro are okay till they're not. Exactly. Bro is my harshest one. I would like a 2-liter of gender fluid, please. Yes, me too. Can I have a 5-liter actually? Dude is gender neutral depending on where you are. Exactly. So, but yeah, I completely can understand people using, like, you know, those types of things in a gender neutral way. I don't mind, like, you know, it too much. It's like I'll fucking just for fun, you know, like, even if someone's not like even if someone's not a girl, I'd be like, girl, shush, shut up, you. Like, girl, come on. Like, and it's like, you know, I know they're like, it's like I could use that towards a dude. And, you know, like, I've not really done it much, use it towards a dude, but I could use it towards a dude, and, you know, as long as they're not uncomfortable with it, I wouldn't be uncomfortable with them calling me, like, dude or something, or, like, bro. You know, it's not a problem to me. I've gotten female coworkers to complain to managers that I called them a dude when I call everyone dude. I forget names easily. Dudes and dudettes. Exactly. Do no joke, I do the same. Hell yeah. But it's like, I say doing those things without the intention of misgendering. There's never, in my honest opinion, a problem with saying dude, bro, broski, man, maybe not. I don't know. It depends on, like, you know, it depends on the situation. If it's like a man, shut up, or it's like, man. I mean, I just like, I don't know. I don't feel like I hear man as often. I hear dude and bro way more. And it's like, yeah. I think cons does have a lot of meaning in those terms. It does. It's like, there's a difference between, like, say, like, dude, or like, or saying, like, you know, you're a dude, or you're, or it's like, or like, my guy, saying, like, I can get behind, you know, someone say, like, my guy to me, like, my guy, you know, it's like, and like that daps you up, you know, it's like, I get that, I can get behind that, I can understand that. I won't do it personally, but if someone does it towards me without a, like, you know, an expectation of, like, gender roles and, like, you know, that sort of thing upon me, then I don't mind. I would fucking dap that person up back, you know. We would have the fucking cleanest dap you've ever seen in our life, and it would resonate through whatever echoey chamber we're in until it fucking rings out for like 10 seconds. Dude, you're kind of one of the sexiest chicks I seen, bro. Oh my god, Nina, that's fucking crazy. Milady, tips for Dora. For me, a person who does research with people not giving a flying Tuesday about people's gender because it's no thing, because it's nothing to do with the research, because the effect on my research is the max I care about gender. So for me, it's just, yes, the people have gender until it matters. Defining the gender, if applicable, is unimportant. Yes, exactly. Honestly, at this point, I wish we were in I wish we lived in a society where it doesn't matter what gender someone is. It's just kind of like, they're just a human, that's it. And if they express themselves in a certain way, happy for them. Go and let them do that thing. Have fun with that. Don't let them be discouraged from doing that. Just let them do their thing, have fun, that sort of thing. But we don't. So, yeah. She said society. Society! Wait, hold on. Girls! Kiss other girls! But when I go and kiss one of the homies, it's gay. Society calls me gay, Batman. Oh man, I love that fucking thing. Girl kisser! That's me! That's me! I'm a girl kisser. More glad where I am, words are gender neutral, like being called auntie or uncle using the same word. That's nice. Two girls kissing? Two girls making out. Two girls making out. Come to Poland where we don't use pronouns much, but every verb adjective is conjugated by gender. Ah, yes, that one. Kissing the homies is just the usual day. Yep. Oh god, don't get the cup. No, 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 no. Robot, stop, 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 stop. That's not what I was referencing. That's not what I was referencing. Is there any correlation of femboys in Poland? Because I swear I have seen a ton of femboys be Polish. No. It's just like, you know, I guess you don't see, I guess it's kind of like, you know, there's not a lot of, gender affirming care over there. So I feel like, you know, it's like, that's what Skinhead wants you to think. It's true. Let's see here. What is this filth? Shut the fuck up, Dutcho. What do you mean, filth? Let's see here. Dutch is sometimes not gendered, but criminally lacks a gender-neutral words. Yeah. I feel like it's kind of the same. Actually, very beautiful in, I come here and there's talks about hand-holding. Oh, there's talks about so much more than that, Dutcha. There's talks about so much more than that. In Danish, it's kind of similar with the whole, like, gender neutral. It's sometimes gender neutral, sometimes not. As a language, we have, like, the word for girlfriend and boyfriend are the exact same, no matter the gender. So that's always a nice thing. It's like, you can say that and people can be like, oh, are they straight or are they gay? We don't know until we meet their partner. So that's kind of fun. Let's see here. Thought the femboys were related to Poland, but it turns out they're related to Finland because femboys make me Finnish. Oh. What do you mean kind is clearly brother sister? But also there is the meme photo of right-wing Polish politician holding a femboy in a bridal carry. Ah, yeah, I've seen that one. I have these. I gotta head out. See you, Rise. See ya. Bye. See you around, robot. Fimbo. Fimbo. That's the word for Finnish femboy. Fimbo. Finnish femboy. Femboy. What the fuck? I was about to leave, and then I hear Finnish femboys. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to making a femboy Finnish, if you know what I'm saying. Like me Mortal Kombating this shit. I'm about to finish so hard. It's a Mortal Kombat. I'm about to finish so hard. It's Mortal Kombat. Finish her.
Finish him.
Finish him. Please. Hell yeah, Nini. Look, I may be straight, but femboys. 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 Oh my god. If I need to finish femboys, I will not complain. Get pregnant, get pregnant! Finishing her! Oh my god. Ever run, they're gonna come after you. The plappening. Ooh, the plappening. Long as y'all promise to keep it from the waifu, or the wifey. Yeah, I mean, I mean, I'm not gonna ever do anything, you know, in front of anyone to make them uncomfortable. But what happens in my bedroom stays in my bedroom. You know, if you know, you know. You wanna know what happens in my? You guys wanna know what happens in my bedroom? You guys wanna know what happens in my bedroom? You guys wanna know? I sleep. That's about it. Games? No, actually, I play games in my office. I have an office. Interlocking toes. That was in the Airbnb. That was not in my own bedroom. What happens in the cryo chamber stays in the cryo chamber. Not gonna lie, I started things in the bedroom that ended in other rooms, like playing tag. Get your mind out of the gutter. Yeah, exactly. Come on. Imagine playing tag, but the whole, but to tag someone you have to smack their ass. I'm sorry. I was thinking Nerf War. Oh yeah. True. Yes. Wait, what? I started things in other rooms that ended in other rooms. I have also done so. I've also started things that, you know, got, you know, put on pause until we were in a more suitable spot to do things. That's also happened. That has happened to me. We can play that next time. Rise always wins slap ass tag because by the time it stopped jiggling, she's on top of you. I used to do things in my bedroom till the fucking government started to have issues with it. She's talking about checkers. That guess was about the tag on the butt, not the toes. I know. I agree. I know, Val. I know. I was hoping that was the case. Check her ass. Wait. I just oh, robot. Oh my fucking god. Oh, that was okay. That was good. Check her ass. That was a good one. I will give you that. That was a good one. I have news. My tummy eruption came back with vengeance. I didn't know it was possible, but here we are. Oh god, Veru. You have been through so much tonight, girl. I think you need to just, like... I think you just need to tuck in for the night. And you were wanting to stream. I'm sorry, Veru. If your tummy is giving you this much trouble, you should not be streaming, girl. You should not be streaming. Get some bread and lie down. I'm gonna stream. I will not back down. Do not do it. Do not do it. Relax. Calm yourself, girl. Fucking rest for the evening. You deserve rest. Stop being so freaking, you know, stop it. Put a pin in it. Put it on pause. Hey, Rise, want to pull a late night? I already am. Fun fact, I'm playing D&D tonight at, in about 2 hours. Please, your toilet has PTSD. Okay, mods, can we get a poll? D&D mention? Woo! Okay, it's not D&D, it's Shadowrun. It's the cyberpunk setting, but it's a different system, but it's still, you know, like role-playing. TTRPG, that's it. Shadowrun mention, woo! Hell yeah, everyone else knows what it is. Holy fucking shit. Got a message that I get to do my experiment. Let's go! Rural will enter without conviction. I meant the chat. Are you a cyber shaman? I am a no, I'm the equivalent of a I'm a decker, which is the equivalent of a net runner in Cyberpunk. Oh, I played D&D Tuesday, first session in over a month. Hell yeah, clone. We had fun with that. I played an ogre with my voice. I played an ogre with so much strength that she killed someone by throwing a burner phone. That's amazing. Mods, can we get a poll? Should Varu A, rest, B, stream, C, lay off the frickin' cheese, C, lay off the frickin' cheese. That's the one I'm voting for. Not gonna lie, Technomancer will always be my favorite, though. That's fair, that's fair. She'll deck you right in the jaw. Of course you'd be. Now I want to play Shadowrun again. I'll let you know I've had no cheese today, so I'm genuinely at a loss what the frick happened to my intestines today. You could just be like a bad spot of something, bro. That should happen. Thank you for the chicken pack, Bart. I hope you're doing good. Thank you for stopping by. God, I'd love to play D&D or Shadowrun again. I miss being a DM. I have very little experience DMing. I want more experience DMing, and honestly, I feel like it would be a fun thing because I have a very big love of D&D, and what I really would like to do is I would really love to host some like one shots in my community. So you can just drop by and it's just be like a one session, you know, singular character in, and then just like, you know, just fucking have fun with it from there, you know? I'm the worst person to DM for, especially I'm allowed to play an artificer. Rise, if you ever want to DM and needed someone, thank you. I got you, Dylan. Thank you. DMing is basically just improv all the time, and I can say I have some decent improv skills. And he's gonna say we will fight 7. Okay, hold on. We absolutely demolished 2 chimeras despite being a group of 4 level 5 people. Needless to say, we will be fighting 7 Drakons next session. Good luck with that. Good luck with that, clone. Sorry, Varu. It's a diarrhea curse. It's meant to curse. Wow. Please, for the love of God, invite me. I got you, Dylan. I promise. I promise I will. But I need to get, like, you know, some other things, because right now I have 2 D&D games. Or I have a Shadowrun game, and I have another D&D game that's hosted by my friend, Shadow R. So, you know, I've got some things going on. IGN had some problems, but personally I feel like Cyberpunk wasn't gay enough. Agreed. I needed more gay. I needed more gay in my Cyberpunk. I will build a nuke in the campaign. You cannot stop me. If I don't give you the materials for it, I can. Oh, Rise, what music playlist? I'm loving the vibe. So this music playlist is actually Lo-Fi Girls Dark Ambient Radio. If you go onto YouTube and you search Dark Ambient Radio, you will probably find this as the top results. It's a live stream that just kind of goes on forever. It's usually a lot of the same songs, but honestly, I love this playlist. I honestly, in times where I have a hard time sleeping, I love... Oh, it's Lo-Fi Girl. I assume it's DMCA friendly? Oh, no. I just use it. But, like, it's like, it might be. If it's not, then, you know, like, I've had very few instances of where it is, not DMCA, or where it is in DMCA friendly. It's like a few things on the record label, but most of the time they don't strike because they're kind of chill like that. So yeah, hold on. Maybe we can discern it from le description. Let's see here. All visuals and music in this video are 100% crafted by talented human artists without the use of AI. We committed to delivering genuine handmade creations for our audience to enjoy.
What the hell is even that?
Hold on. The website, Lo-Fi Girl. I'm trying to see here. Terms of service? Is it terms of service? It would be. Hold on, I'm reading up on this now, chat. It's very important I figure out what this is. Music has to be on a separate track that can be removed for the VOD. Yeah, that's what I usually have, but in this instance right here, since I'm in VR, I've just had it playing on my desktop audio, which means it will not be muted in the VOD. But, you know, that is a price that I'm willing to pay just to not go insane. Let's see here. Lo-fi girl. But also the reverse, if you are willing to be a player, and if ever need one, you willing babes. Yeah, I getcha. I getcha. Lo-fi girl. Use the music. Wait, Rise doesn't want to go insane? Yeah, I have this thing where silence just makes me go absolutely crazy. Unless I'm trying to sleep, then silence is a lot of the times really nice. I try to put my character's building decisions behind the story. For instance, one of my starting spells was Disguise Self because my character was a tiefling who grew up around elves, and when my character became hellbound, so she sold her soul to avoid hell, I multiclassed into Celestial Warlock. Ooh, that's fun. I am using to sleep, TBH. Been listening to the same playlist for years to the point where even my wife can't sleep without. Oh, that's amazing. Let's see here. Purpose, acceptance of GTCU, uses sites of creation of accounts, article, technical requirements, obligations, responsibility of lo-fi, obligations of the user. A commercial use of work by the user is forbidden, can only be done after prior agreement obtained by lo-fi by filling in this form. For Twitch, add the following to your description via text or banner. Track provided by Lo-Fi Girl, listen, bit lo-fi. Non-obligation, but much appreciated. Okay. Now playing with the track title on your screen. Bot setting the current track titles to play in chat. Host the Lo-Fi Girl Twitch page at the end of your live stream. For YouTube, add the following to the description. Artist name, track title. Okay, so there is some... whenever there is silence, I just default to all of mythology. Also, love how people hate me only sleeping for 3 hours. How are you alive? Yeah, so it seems that they will allow you to use the music. But yeah, I mean, I hope me saying where can you get this music is like, you know, it's a thing. I don't use their music super often, but I use it every now and again for like those moments where I have like more, I would say, deeper conversations. I use it. Most of the time I use my stream playlist, which is like, you know, it's perfectly good to use for these sorts of things. But a lot of the time it's also just like, you know, a matter of like, I need to just understand I switch between the music I use. I either have like my stream playlist, which has just whatever on it that I like, music that I like, and it's just playing in the background, but it's on a separate track usually. I only use that on Spotify so that it's separated out. But in this case, it is, you know, it's just like, it's a background element that is not, you know, meant to be super like, you know, distracting. It's just supposed to be sort of like a nice background ambience that adds to the empty space that sometimes is my talking style, where I have some breaks in between what I say or where I'm like reading something. So yeah, I use it really kind of like as like a, I guess, a crutch for being sometimes not able to constantly be talking. And honestly, my throat this stream has been really struggling. I've got really, like, you know, dry throat throughout this stream. Thank God for Stanley Cup filled with water. Specifically gamer subs. Use code. No, I don't have a code. I don't have a gamer subs code. I wish I did though. You should drink some gamer subs. Guess what? I already am, bitch. G sub code hydraulic fluid. Motor arrived today. Let's go, Val. Let's go. Enjoy that. What flavors did you get? I want to know. I recently bought a game that the main character looks like Rise. Starfire: The Eternal Cycle. Can someone actually... Oh my god, she called me a bitch. That's so gender affirming. What flavor are we enjoying tonight? I am enjoying a nice cup of acid rain. It's a really good one. Oh, I got peach tea and bowberry because bow. Hell yeah. I've not tried bowberry. Or maybe I have. I think I tried it at TwitchCon. But yeah. I like the sour flavors a lot. Favorite one, Sakura Splash. Try to drink the blood of your enemies. Great iron source. There's also a new one, Rad something. Rad. I know there's wait, you went to TwitchCon? Oh, Probs US. Val, I'm Danish. I went to the EU one. Feels weird not being able to drink gamer subs. Holy shit, what? Yep. I am born and raised in Denmark. The accent, I know the accent throws people off. Rad sickness, never heard that one. Okay, no accent to be heard there. Yep. So, the reason behind that is that I have a English parent. My father, he is originally from the UK. He lives here in Denmark now. But I grew up speaking English from a very young age, which means I didn't really acquire any sort of accent. And the American accent came about because of just online media consumption and me deciding that it is more understandable by the vast majority of the internet compared to something like a British accent, which I can totally do. I can do a British accent. I can sound like I am from the UK without issue. I can change it on the fly and sound like I'm from hoity-toity north of London, you know, something like that. But you know, in a more general sense, I tend to gravitate towards this one because it's more generic, more like, you know. Ew. Well, if you're going this year as well, I know whose autograph I need to add to my badge. Oh, stop it. I need to get your autograph. I'm bringing a pen this year, just so I have one. So that, you know, I can have people sign, so I can sign people's badge if they want me to. I don't know who would really want that. And, I can have my badge signed by anybody who walks by who I want my badge signed by. What accent would you say I have? I would say, Clone, you have an accent that's halfway between American and Dutch, because there's a little bit of like American influence to some of the words you say, and in other words, it's kind of like it falls into sort of like the more Dutch like English pronunciation that I've heard with a lot of, you know, people who speak. I don't mean to offend Rice, but that hoity-toity London accent was a better person than a London... I'll just take a gold paint pen to Rise if I see them. A gold paint pen? To me? Like, what, you're gonna stab me with it? Huh? I'm worried. But yeah, no, I am going to TwitchCon this year. I am right, would you sign my thingamabob I want you to sign? Okay, I need to hang out here more. Y'all are incredible. Oh, thank you, Val. I need to hang out in your streams more, especially considering you're a fellow Terraria enjoyer, someone who actually has more hours than me, which is impressive. Goddamn. I love Terraria so much. I want to play Calamity mod and like the newer version because I haven't played a playthrough in so long. And no, I would never stab you with a pen. A knife, maybe, but not a pen. Thank you, Dylan. Thank you for being so considerate. But yeah, I will be going to TwitchCon this year. I've already booked an Airbnb for me and my friends. It's booked in my name, but you know, like payment will be handled closer to the date of, you know, actually, you know, closer to the date of actually doing it. Oh, it's so much fun, and you're really, and if you're really sadistic, you can play Infernum. Oh, yeah. I know that. I know Death is Death, or is that like another addition on top of Death Mode? You can write on clothes and skin with a paint pen. Oh, okay, fair enough. But yeah, no, I'm very excited for TwitchCon. I'm very excited to get to meet up, especially now that, like, because I've gotten to meet a lot of new friends in the time since last year's TwitchCon, especially Shira. You know, like, me and Shira became just straight up besties after we got to talk to each other after TwitchCon. Like, our meeting was so brief during TwitchCon, and you know, we got to hang out like so little because we kind of didn't really know each other. But that's gonna change this year, obviously. And if there are other people who are going to be added to that pile, then hell yes, I'm so ready. Wait, is TwitchCon 2026 again in the greatest country? I mean the Netherlands? Yes it is. It is in fact in the Netherlands, and it is in Rotterdam Ahoy once again. To the pile! Woo! To the pile! Why is the EU TwitchCon better ran than the shit show that is the US TwitchCon? I honestly just think it has something literally to do with the culture of the people. I feel like EU culture is very respectful, whereas US culture is very like freedom, independence, fucking I'm right, you're wrong, that sort of shit, you know, yeah. Human rights. Oh my god, yeah, honestly true. Guess it's more confrontational, I don't know. Yeah, I feel like the US are very like, you know, like it's very like it's in your face sort of ordeal. Whereas in the EU, it's much more like, you know, people are a lot more like, you know, we're not as loud and proud and like nationalistic. We are just kind of like, we're just existing. Say that to the UK. Well, the UK is not part of the EU, so, you know, we don't worry about that. I'm halfway debating about getting a hotel or Airbnb because it's like 2 hours away, but it entirely depends on my surgery date. Yeah, definitely. US people are super non-confrontational from experience, but culture is... Yeah, definitely. Do hit me up again this year. Would love to meet up again. Literally, Dylan, if you have the opportunity to just swing by Ahoy on Friday when we do badge pickup, we're gonna literally have just a gathering with like our friends in the nearby park again, probably. So just like if you want to show up there, do it. You know, feel free to. Hell, even if you want to do Terraria Calamity together, I am up. Hell yeah. We gotta order chicken nuggies at the park and put Black Parade. To join the Black Parade. Oh man, that was so funny though that when we ordered chicken nuggies. But yeah, no, we have a lot of fun, you know, things. Like we shared the photos from last year's TwitchCon on Twitch. Or rather, when Snow ordered chicken nuggies. Yes. It was Snow who ordered chicken nuggies. It was really funny when he did that. But we had so much fun. I showed some of the pictures from then, and obviously, like, you know, me being me, and, you know, not being out at home, but being 100% out and proud at TwitchCon time, I had an extendable flagpole with a trans flag that we managed to sew so that it could sit on top of this flagpole. And we were just literally waving it, and I was literally just waving it around in the park. It was super fun. We had a blast. Man, I'm coughing so much. My throat is really not happy with me yapping so much. And this is bad if I'm gonna play D&D as well, where I need to, like, be my character. Drink more G-Thub, this will help. The yappening. The yappening is happening. Maybe it's break time? I have been going for 3 hours. Do you hope your voice gets some rest? I will try my best to let it rest. I would say I've been definitely, like, you know, right here in this sort of second half of the stream where it's been, like, we've been really just, like, yappy, yap. It's been, like, you know, going crazy. So, like, I can feel that it's, you know, it's been, like, very, very high in that regard. Do you hope, but yeah, like, it just, it's like, I guess it's like, I've added some extra, like, you know, pressure, and, you know, I'm talking a little bit faster and a little bit louder and a little bit more excitedly than I'm used to in a lot of cases. Like, I feel like a lot of the time when I'm talking, it's also like, you know, the microphone picks up a lot more on desktop because it's a lot more sensitive, that microphone. So I can talk more quietly and more gently and kind of like this, and, like, you know, but I feel like it kind of gets a little bit, like, sometimes lost with this one. It can sometimes feel like it doesn't quite pick up everything that I'm saying. So yeah. As a DM, do at no time try a funny thing to say I'm a roll to breathe. The ASMR talk? I mean, like, I can if I just crank the gain, like, hella on my desktop microphone and just decide to, like, to sit down there, it can definitely get into some, like, you know, ASMR territory. It has done that before. It's very fun. And, you know, I like to sometimes, you know, get a little bit more sultry into that microphone because it allows to pick up more detail. This one, it's hard because it's hard to talk directly into this microphone because it sits on the underside of the headset rather than, like, you know, in front of my face. So, yeah. Only one player's character has died due to that role. Well, yeah, I guess don't roll to breathe. Just breathe. That's the best thing you can do. Hug all the cuties. Oh, big hug for everyone. There you go. Huggies for everyone. I love you guys so much. You guys are just such a... See, back to earlier. Guys. I was using guys as a gender-neutral term because I was talking about everyone. Anyways, besides the point. You guys are so amazing. I love this community. I feel so much more like myself than I ever have in anywhere else in my life, and I don't take that for granted. I appreciate it so much that I get to be myself here, and I just absolutely love what has been happening, you know, in my been happening with this community, been happening in my life because of it. And I just have everyone here to thank for that. So thank you for being a part of my community. Thank you for anything, you know, you've ever done towards me, whether it be follow, just sit and watch, lurk, anything, all of that. I appreciate all of it so much, and I genuinely appreciate it so much. You guys are the best community. I wish I could make, like, a little heart, but it's like, it's hard. It's hard to do in this one. But imagine a heart right here. Imagine a heart for all of you. I love you all so much. Thank you for being so wonderful. YZ, if you ever need a hug or terrible advice, you got a humanoid in me for advice. Thank you. I appreciate that, Dylan. A heart is hard to do. I mean, yeah, it's probably pretty hard to do it. You know, sorry. It's bad joke. Uh, heart to heart. Yeah, I mean, but again, like I seriously appreciate every single one of you, anything you guys have ever done. I appreciate it so much, and I will never not be thankful for this amazing community that I have built, and that you have all helped nurture with me to be the best community, in my opinion, on this corner of the internet. I may not understand how to help with emotions, but I can always try to donate made pics to cheer people up. And honestly, that's helping with emotions, because it's keeping morale at an all-time high. You know, your made pic photos do so much great stuff. It was nice lurking here and listening to the very good and wholesome yapping today while building some Lego, but my sick ass is gonna head to bed. Have a good rest of the day or night, y'all. Sleep well, Mikey. Get better soon. I hope you feel better. Sending lots of love and get well soon wishes to you. Nurture, nice Porter reference. I use nurture as a word so often because it's honestly a great word. It's a great word. And yes, haha, Porter Robinson reference. We love Porter Robinson in this house. Woo! Hearing you say that actually made me tear up a bit. Been struggling lately with energy medical stuff and not being able to socialize, so this makes me happy. Oh, Val, I appreciate that. And honestly, I appreciate that me saying these things is helping you. I appreciate that so much. That's all the things, that's what I want to do with my Twitch streams, is I just want to make people feel happy or better, or just, you know, leave the stream just a little bit more, you know, just a bit happier than, you know, when they came in. You know, that's like, to spread happiness, to spread, you know, good vibes and good feelings is just such a lovely thing to do, and I genuinely love doing that. Can't confirm that you're succeeding. Thank you. As seldom as I catch your streams, I'm pretty sure most of us appreciate you the same as you do us. Oh, thank you, Dylan. Fucking, I'm not playing CS tomorrow, Lamau. I need more pack development in my life. I'm just gonna chill in the Discord tomorrow. Hell yeah. Enjoy that, Chloe.
My boss came to me and said, "We are doing random drug testing today." I said to him, "Okay, but I'm not doing crack." Not sure why I got so much staring.
Amazing. You help us, we sometimes help you. No, you, 40, you guys you're selling the whole chat short. You guys help me a lot. Just literally just being here and, like, honestly just getting, like, that emotional sort of, like, feedback, you know, from me saying things, knowing that what I have to say is valid, is just such an amazing thing to hear. Especially knowing that, you know, a lot of people come from, like, different walks of life and lots of different opinions. It's great. Snooze the ads. Bang. We're gonna snooze them for 5 minutes because we're not done talking. Perfect time for me with a yapping stream in the background. I'm talking about not helping in games. Oh, well, honestly, that's not really, like, what I was thinking about. I'm just thinking about, like, in general, like, you guys help me a lot with, like, the brainworms in my head. And especially, like, I need to, like, again, give, like, a massive shout out to, like, my friends and stuff for helping me out with my brainworms and helping me figure those things out. And also, girl, you need to rest your throat before Shadowrun. I will, I promise. It'll be fine. I'm planning on the character to have a sort of, like, very, like, you know, emotionless kind of, you know, voice, but on the inside being, like, you know, stressed the fuck out constantly, but not showing it. So just like a calm, collected exterior. Yes. Understood. Affirmative. Moving forward. Oh, so just me? I guess, if that's you. The brainworms do be loud sometimes. Having friends definitely makes it better. Yes, it does. Oh my god. I am so thankful that, you know, I can join a VC and my friends will just kind of like start to trickle in after like, you know, 10 minutes mostly. Like, it's impressive how quickly they join sometimes. I will say it's also impressive how quickly they can leave after I leave. I feel really bad because I kind of want, like, you know, my friends to just, like, you know, stick around despite me, but it's like, I feel like a lot of the time it's like, you know, I get it. It's my server, you know, so it's like people are quote unquote there for me, but like, you know, yeah. Wait, no, Rem or Ram from ReZero? Who's Rem? Oh my fucking god, Ink. That's messed up. That's a good reference. That's a good reference. Man, I really loved watching ReZero originally when I watched it. I haven't actually watched. So here's the thing. I've actually missed some of the like later seasons. There's a lot of shows I have with that actually where it's like I need to go back and I need to like see some later seasons of shows that I didn't ever finish. Like I think I missed some of the last episodes of Konosuba, possibly. Possibly also with ReZero. Definitely with freaking I don't even remember. I have so much shit I need to watch. I have a long ass watch list of like animes and shit. Explosion! Ugh. Yeah, that show is fun. That show is super fun. I love Konosuba. It's really funny. But yeah, I have you know, I have a lot of things that I need to like finish watching and getting to. Also, it's really funny that I can't stretch my arm out without like getting it like that. So only to watch Demon Slayer. Oh, I fucking love Demon Slayer, and I don't know why people dog on it so much. I think it's really good. Pick like 4 or 5 animes a season to watch. I used to do that. Demon Slayer is mid. Shut the fuck up, Virgo. Shut the fuck up. Don't you dare diss my favorite show, motherfucker. Oh, man. Why are you bullying me? I'm right. Explain. I feel like I am too busy some of the time. Just whenever I get the time to join VC, most have left. Yeah, it's hard. It's really hard a lot of the time. I agree with Varu. Mass appeal animes are generally mid, so they can have mass appeal. No, I don't think I will, Captain. I respect if y'all like it, though. Alexa, hi! Welcome in. I hope you're doing good. Teehee, thank you for the 15 watch streak. Thank you. My Hero Academia, though, that is pure peak. I feel like, you know, people can also say, like, you know, My Hero Academia is kind of like, you know, is also a, like, you know, I would say a generic show. It's not got, like, a whole lot of unique things going on for it. So, like, you know, in that sense, like, you know, people could look at that the same way as they look at, like, Demon Slayer, or Varu looks at Demon Slayer, you know, and say, like, you know, there's a really good spin-off. It's actually nuts through, it's called My Hero Academia. That's so stupid. I would find you this is your Twitch gone and make you pay for this. Definitely feel like, yes, X people needs to join after Y. Yeah. Don't threaten me with a good time. Oh wow. People are already making play dates arrangements, it seems like. You know, there's definitely gonna be some tensions, if you know what I mean. Ugh. Sorry, my hair is getting everywhere. It's stuck in my fucking facial gasket. There we go. That's a bit better. I only watch bad seasonal shows. That's one hell of a take to have. I remember I used to have a calendar that would show me like the seasons or the seasonal anime that will be coming out, and honestly, it's like I would used to like binge, but honestly, I've just had no time recently because it's like when I'm home, I'm either 1, hanging out with friends, 2, streaming, 3, chilling, or 4, sleeping. So I should like start binging some shit like, on the weekends when I do have time for it, because honestly it's like I should just, because I can binge watch things. It's just like I guess it's sort of like a thing where it's like I have a hard time like dedicating to it. It is the intention to carry Varu around like a teddy bear, then yeah, I'm for that. We have managed to get a photo of us holding Varu above our head in front of the TwitchCon sign. It was amazing to do that. We did that first year at TwitchCon, I believe. Just waiting for Dandadan Season 3. I've not watched Dandadan Season 1 or 2. Sorry about that. Got quickly Jesus! Thank you, Prism. Got quickly interrupted, but we're back. It's all good. Also, I'm more than happy to hold up Rue to have a pic of her. Hell yeah. Watch the sub, then dub. Watch the sub. I feel like the whole debate over sub versus dub, I personally prefer sub, other people prefer dub. I don't think either is more correct than the other. But I do like that sort of like more like it's more of an authentic feel sometimes with sub. The dub is when you want an aneurysm due to localization BS. Yes. I kind of have that look on it too. I feel like it's sometimes the dub can get a little too localized, and I like dub because I can also work. That is true. Dubbed is also nice for those moments when you can only listen, you can't watch and read at the same time. I get that as well. Also, hi Exo, welcome in. Sub or dub depends on the anime. Yep. Some animes are really great dubbed. Some of them really work well dubbed. But I really like just, usually the original, the sub. It is my preferred way to watch those things. Like you got some of that don't matter, some that the sub is better, and some that the dub is a fucking party. Yeah. Okay, the Ghost Stories dub. Yeah. We all know about the... Think of a big black man chasing you! Well, at least he's not racist. They had too much fun with that dub. If anyone has seen that, The only anime I would say the dub is better is the Ghost Stories. Yep. It's so silly how much fun they had with that. DBZ though. Watch the Spanish dub. It was so fire. But the thing is that they had so much freaking fun with the studio that had hired the English VAs. They did not have like a care in the world, so they just recorded whatever fucking lines they wanted. It was such chaos. Caliente. Sí. I don't remember what caliente means. Fire equals good / fun. That's what I meant. Yeah. Fire is always like in this day and age. Fire is good. Like, that shit's fire? You say that shit's fire? That's fire. That means it's good. That means it's awesome. That means it's amazing. Means spicy. Ooh. A little bit spicy. Oh, spicy. Ghost Stories dub is so good. Some of the jokes didn't age well, though. That is true. Well, Ghost Stories wasn't bad even by Japanese standards, to the point that the English dub became the de facto form of the anime. That's amazing. I prefer Scissor 7 dub over sub, like how more charm in the jokes land. That's fair. To burn one's people is a good thing. Yes, arson is good. Fuck. Oh man. So yeah. But at the end of the day, it really all comes down to like, you know, preference when it comes to like watching those things. Some people prefer sub, some people prefer dub. There is no right or wrong, there is just preference. And it's the same with who you you know, want to surround yourself with in life. It's a matter of preference. I prefer DOMs. Wait, what? Oh. I like both. I like both. Depends on what mood I'm in. I don't know what fucking makes that sound out. There's something outside that makes a sound sometimes, and I don't know what it is. Oh, let's see. Whomstediv should we raid? Whomstediv should we shoot the community to? Ooh, decisions. You know what? I haven't actually, Prisman. Hello, Prisman. Mama, can we yap off stream? Because my worms are not stream friendly at all. We can definitely look into it. I like DOMs because I'm autistic AF and like it when wants are clearly communicated. That's actually very fair. That's very fair. I don't know how familiar people are with, because I wanted to rate someone new, and you know it's always nice because you know I see that people have added me to their knock thing on Twitch, meaning that they like, you know, they're like, oh yeah, I think this person's cool. It's my understanding of it. But you know, so it's like, you know, I just looked over and I saw, you know, someone that I follow, you know, has added me to that thing. So honestly, like, you know, I feel like we should raid someone new, because I feel like I'm always raiding like a lot of the same people, but it's like, you know, I want to like, you know, spread out and raid like, you know, further a bit more. So, if you guys don't know who Impus is, then could you then, you know, could you guys tell me, because I haven't actually hung out much with Impus. I know she hangs out on Mally's stream sometimes, and I want to go and show some love and support to her. So please join me as we do that. I'm gonna spend some time trying to fix my upgraded power system, because for some reason it's not delivering enough coal to older generators. Enjoy that, clone. Have fun with that. But yes, thank you guys so much for being here today. I genuinely appreciate every single one of you for coming out to the stream. I really appreciate it. Please have the most wonderful time over at Impus' stream. She's currently playing some Marvel Rivals. I'm not so much, you know, like, I don't really care for Marvel Rivals, but, you know, I wanted to go raid Impus because I think she is a cool person. So please have a great evening, y'all. Feel free to use the raid messages, !raid if you're just a follower, and !raid 2 and 3 if you are a sub. Feel free to use those ones. Thank you guys so much for being here. I genuinely appreciate it. And please have a most wonderful evening, and I shall see you guys all next time. Bye bye!